got to see a ton of exclusive trailers.
We're actually going
first
live
looks.
right now.
We've got
People should be able to
3
see
more
us.
of these
Hi everyone,
showcases
how's it
in the
going?
coming days
Let us
as
know
Summer
if you
of
can
Gaming continues, not
hear
to
us and
mention
whatnot.
more charity speedruns, major announcements from the biggest game developers like Blizzard, Sony, and EA.
This is going to be
And of
IGN
course,
Expo Day
special
1.
editions
We're
of
watching
your
it here
favorite
on
IGN shows,
the
including
YouTube.
a few fun surprises. For more Summer of Gaming goodness, download the TikTok app and follow IGN. Check out IGN Summer of Gaming hashtag.
Is that stuttering because it's a video they put in their live streaming and it's running bad, or because this is shitting frames?
To check out the
I don't know.
Who wants to guess?
IGN or on
Who knows?
IGN
The feed you've sent me is spinning.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm trying to get everything working for everyone everywhere all at once.
Yep.
Looks like it's not dropping frames. Okay, that's good. Of course, I paused it, which is bad.
Last but not least, feel free to leave us a Yappa video comment at
we're facing as a global community right now.
Between the COVID-19
Louise, your
pandemic
voice
that's
is
claimed
very
over
strange.
400,000 lives.
There we
and
go.
changed our lifestyles.
And the unrest of a society fed up with police brutality and systemic racism toward black people.
The country and the world are hurting.
We at IGN have been promoting health and safety tips
as well as charity drives to help people through the coronavirus since the stay-at-home orders were initiated.
Protest tips.
Across our Summer of Gaming,
We here at IGN have started a new segment.
Fundraising for the World Health Organization.
Ooh.
We've also been vocal about our support.
Give you the content you crave.
Erupted
There we
across
go.
the US
due to the heartbreaking death of George Floyd.
We here at IGN have been informed that Bethesda invented protesting.
Now charged.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives.
Black Lives. Black Lives. Black Lives Matter.
In an effort to make sure that our actions speak louder than our words,
we've been focused on driving donations to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund.
Across Summer of Gaming, we'll also be fundraising for the Bail Project.
We hope you'll join us in an effort to promote change, both for our health as well as our society. And thank you for watching.
You should be able to see us now, KZ.
Exciting.
Yeah, I can. All right.
You have the real GigaBoots one? Yeah, there we go. Boom. You thought it was Malo, but it was June.
With first looks at what next-gen consoles have to offer. And if you want non-stop coverage,
there, now we're in perfect sync.
I love the ominous DualSense image that is all they've given us, so it's all that people are using.
Yeah. It's good and worrying.
It's like the Series X.
Oh. For the future of gaming.
Maybe that is the console. Maybe it's just a giant DualSense controller.
Fuck!
It's a controller that hooks into another controller.
They wanted that visual sync.
Descending into madness in the punishing nightmare hellscape, exclusive gameplay.
By the way, Nibelian just tweeted that Microsoft unveiled that Hellblade: Senua's Wrath is going to use Unreal Engine 5.
Well, yeah, it's coming out in 3 years. What else would it use?
Yeah, but this is exciting news because
They put out an article of everything you need to know about the Series X so far.
Yes, it was just a repeat of everything. I saw that
a repeat of a repeat of a repeat.
Yeah, it's getting a little old. It's getting a little old.
Oh, is this new? They're just going right into a new trailer?
Yeah, I guess we're... This looks familiar, though.
Oh, I think it... Maybe?
Yeah.
Something they showed before?
This is a tree.
Hold that up real quick.
What, black and white?
Stuttering.
Oh.
This is not Scorn, an atmospheric horror venture by software.
No, this is a Bleeding Edge trailer.
This does seem to be somewhat somber. This is just... But it's really more of a tableau than a tapestry.
Man, they gave Suda a lot of money this time.
I have no idea what's being so stuttery. I always hate when shit like this happens with PCs.
Yeah.
Everyone bear with us for a
The
second.
dog.
We're gonna pause real quick. Try to get this to be even vaguely smooth. Boop. Very exciting shit to happen in the middle of the stream. Like, well, you had me output a duplicate display. I believe 2 is... Okay. This should, in theory... What's our scaling? What's our anything?
You got some big icons there, buddy.
Yeah, I know, they're huge. Sick gains on these icons. Here we go. And we're going to try that and hope for the best. Yeah, that helped a bit. Same thing.
Tongue.
That neck looked like it was straight from Alien.
Is this the Surge 3?
When you get a second, can you turn on the left speaker?
Yeah.
God, that was weird.
Werewolf.
The Apocalypse. Earthblood.
Those are certainly 3 different words.
Is that all one?
Technically, it's 4.
Title?
You just watched the trailer for Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood, which you can currently wishlist on Epic Games Store. Go check it out and stay tuned into updates by following Werewolf Apocalypse on social media or joining the official Earthblood Discord.
Welcome to IGN Expo #1, our own Summer of Gaming showcase packed with exclusive trailers, brand new gameplay.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Interviews, and a whole lot of other buzzwords. I think I already said.
We announced the game. You can wish list it. That's
Here
it.
with Sydney Goodman and Brian Altano. And apologies if you don't like our faces because you are going to be seeing a lot of them, and also we can't do anything about them.
You could.
But
you
what
could
we
just
can do
show
about
the
those
trailers.
This is how we
No,
die, Dan.
No,
I'm to tell you that this is just
I'm
the
sorry.
first
It's
of
just
epic
we
IGN
have
Expos
to
that
show
we
you
planned,
our
so make sure to
faces.
check back for regular
Look, I'm
updates
just
on
glad
the
she's
latest
not
in
using the
gaming.
microphone
You can
that
watch
came
us
with her
wherever
Astro
you stream
headset, because
IGN
we know how
or
bad
live
those
on
sound.
TVs by
Yes,
tuning
we
in
know
to
from
IGN
Microsoft's
on your
Expo.
Samsung
Yes.
TV Plus.
Additionally, all Summer of Gaming long, IGN is asking
Do you think
to
they're
give
using
to the World
Microsoft
Health
Teams?
Organization and the Bail
No.
Project. The COVID-19 response plan is
No, I do
dedicated
not.
to studying, tracking,
Oh,
and
okay.
combating the coronavirus pandemic. The Bail Project is a non-profit that pays bail for people in need, reuniting families and restoring the perception of innocence.
Thank you for subscribing.
And by donating, you'll have a chance to win codes for games like Resident Evil 3 and swag from companies like Bethesda. Be sure to click the donation links in the description of your video player or
I knew it. I was like, the moment notification
for more
went
information.
Reminder, Brian Altano is one of the chuckle fucks who said Sonic was never
For more
good.
Summer of Gaming goodness, download the TikTok app, follow IGN, and check out the Summer of Gaming hashtag on Twitter, where you can watch along with live events, submit your own Summer of Gaming moments, reactions, and plays.
Should I get a
Let's get
TikTok?
this thing rolling with what you're all here for.
Probably.
Some world premiere video game trailers. World premiere.
Oh man, world premiere.
Oh, okay. I was getting scared.
You ever wonder how it all ends? What if it ended with a song?
What?
This looks pretty rough.
I'm down for the concept.
It's okay. It's
Right.
pre-alpha. Fine.
Yep, that's what that word means.
Yes. That
Yep.
word, that
That's what it
phrase-
means now.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay because you know, it's at least pre-alpha.
Yeah, rocks. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
consoles.
I'm
Cool.
okay with this.
Are we going to another one, or is the post roll card?
Yep.
That's not Alex Kidd, is it?
Wait. Oh no, you might be right.
I think it is.
Is this the revival they've been teasing? Oh
yeah,
God.
that's the revival they've been teasing. Alex Kidd.
But why?
We ran out of other ones?
That seems crazy.
Because Wonder Boy did all right. Monster World, you know? This is hilarious.
Why?
Well, there you go. All the Brazilians in the chat.
Right? It's like, is this even popular anywhere?
Yeah. Everywhere but Japan and America.
Okay.
Where?
I thought it wasn't even popular in Europe.
Oh, no, yeah, I was going to say, like, I've heard of this place called Europe. They got the better version of Time Crisis, right?
From Merge Game.
I mean, that's cool.
Exclusive.
I'm all right with that.
Last of Us 3.
This is us after this week.
Oh.
All right.
So what do we think? RTS or one of those going for like super historical accuracy?
Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's the historical.
This is the Chivalry.
Yeah, Chivalry.
Yeah,
2
I was gonna
or
say
something.
it looks like Mordau or whatever.
Yeah, in that. I mean, I've seen blades, but no mounts, so it can't be that. Maybe it's a new chess game.
That'd be pretty
Finally,
high.
a chess game as stupid as Battle Chess, but with the fidelity of an Unreal Engine 4 game.
Chivalry Battle Chess.
Chivalry presents Battle Chess.
I was gonna say it's like Mag, but like Mag Evil.
I thought it said Burn Villagers.
Oh shit,
Wait,
you
the
drink
vampire
cheer wine in this?
Chivalry 2.
Okay,
All right.
yeah, there we go.
I was just not sure if it was real thing yet.
Or if
like,
it was just some like, hey, what if we were gonna make one of those too?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Crossplay.
Coming to all platforms. Switch?
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, damn. Yeah, the Epic Game Store. Is that not what that is?
No.
Oh,
I've been
thank
really
God!
confused.
Thank God it's just a machine gun of trailers.
It helps.
This looks like a puzzle game.
Forward to this day my entire life.
Is this myth?
The moment we finally blend our worlds into one. There were no people to be seen. They're not exactly people. They're gods.
There's gods and monsters?
Snack 3.
If this is Gods and Monsters, I will be shocked.
Yeah, no, I feel like they wouldn't show it.
We
here,
have a
but-
new art style. It's called an art style.
I mean, God and Monster had some sort of art style.
I know, but Ubisoft games by and large really don't.
I know.
It would be shocking to actually ship one
Yes.
with an art style. Ever. Who knows, babies?
Fast-paced strategic combat. Okay, probably. Yeah, no, this is not God and Monsters. This is something else.
I'm liking the amount of shield walls I'm seeing. Huh. It's one of those trailers where they show you just enough of the gameplay not actually moving.
Hey Sydney, do
so
you
you get
hate
worried that the
dinosaurs?
gameplay's like
Do you ever wanna
trash.
shoot him in the
Yeah.
face with a bazooka, but you
I can't wait
use
for
an
Bob
instinct
to tell me
and
how
also
good
you
that
don't own a
is.
bazooka? Well, great news, because
Right.
in Second Extinction, dinos are back and you can shoot them in the face with a
Yes.
bazooka to your heart's content in this
Oh,
co-op
okay.
action first-person shooter by Systemic Reaction. My friend Max sat down with one of the game's developers to find out more.
I
Did he
wanna
find it out
die.
like this? No. I will.
I'm sorry, but this is just good. This is this is happening.
These IGN personalities are so funny and likable.
Yes.
They're both of these things.
It's enough to make you wonder why there's an entire industry based on people who can do that without making you want to tear your eyes out.
I could have
Well,
sworn
bad news,
they were
everybody.
humans.
Mutant dinosaurs have overtaken the Earth, and it's up to you and two friends to take them on in Second Extinction. Here to tell them about this new game where you shoot a whole lot of dinosaurs is lead producer Brinley Gibson. Brinley, welcome.
Hi Max, great to be here.
So, Second Extinction is a three-player cooperative shooter where there are just an absurd amount of dinosaurs running around. You
Pre-beta.
guys unveiled this on the most recent.
I feel like we used to have a
Microsoft
word for
Series
that.
X,
No.
Like
live
what?
stream. And it's really
Isn't that pre-alpha?
The power of the Series X. Everyone is extremely excited about.
No, that's
post-gamma.
alpha.
A little bit about some of the bells and whistles.
Post-alpha new wave.
This game is showing off on new hardware.
Well, we're not really announcing every single detail of sort of the features we're supporting for the next gen at the moment, but obviously it gives
We
us
don't
a lot
want to say anything.
I'm flashing back to that. So, what amazing new features you're gonna have for the Xbox Series X? Shut up. Okay.
This Xbox Series X event where you're supposed to tell us what's happening.
Why would you fuck him like that? I don't understand.
We are one day away from the moment, and now I feel like time has gone 6 times slower.
Yes. This time of the console generation.
Yeah, if I wasn't on vacation right now, I'd be dying.
Taking over the Earth, and humans
Mostly now I'm just playing Mahjong.
And to slow down time even more, Microsoft re-announced things.
Yeah.
Yes.
They want to keep all of the things they've said fresh in your mind for the PS5 show.
Well, that's great because
that seems
for
like
the
a bad strategy. They want to lean onto the mystery.
On the PS5 show, we're actually going to watch the Xbox show right beforehand.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, we have to compare and contrast the first time they showed off Xbox Series X gameplay.
Yeah, it was
the PS5 gameplay.
First time we saw next-gen gameplay, right, guys?
That's totally what happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the game's changed, or should I say? They changed the game, so should I say the game's changed?
Okay, this does look really fun.
Yeah, this looks pretty neat.
And as we sort of move through the game, because it's going to be a live
Very
event,
impressive for pre-beta.
Wait, this is that thing that they showed a cinematic trailer for at that Xbox event.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the dinosaur fighting.
Second Extinction.
And now there's like, hey, we actually have that gameplay trailer.
It's gonna be okay.
We've got some of the sort of these look kind of like.
IGN's like, can we have some gameplay footage? We're like, no, none of our stuff's in beta yet. And they're like, we have a solution for that.
Kind of invisibility
sticker.
For sure. I mean, we have this idea of sort of base types of enemies and they're different species.
Yeah.
And then there's sort of
I'm
mutations that come from
fucking
that.
losing it because one of the first gameplay things they show is just the thing they said was going to be gameplay at the Microsoft event.
Yeah, you've got to stop being surprised and disappointed. We are halfway through 2020. If you hold on to that feeling, you're going to die.
My blood is turning acidic like battery acid. Oh god, that is delightful.
Right?
They could have shown this, and that would have been good.
Like this is the kind of game you pitch as a joke.
In our game, you take a chain gun to fucking dinosaurs.
Just mowing down raptors as they try and make landfall on a beach.
Animals that can and we use those as jumping off.
Do they have like
the raptors are trying to take Normandy?
It's sounding more and more like your theory that they rushed that Xbox Series X thing out.
I mean, that
is more and more real now that they're just showing gameplay.
The Scorn dev literally said
yeah,
they
no,
rushed
that's,
them, but it was
that
like
absolute fact. They just called everybody like, we're putting the show together. No one's ready? Well, too bad we're doing it. You're not E3. You're not my dad.
Are you? I missed you.
Sure, when's the show? In 6 hours.
It's just going to be carnivores that we're pumping full of lead.
No, it's all types of dinosaurs, and we're going to be building up that roster of enemies as time goes on. Once we launch the game, we've got some really cool plans.
Man, Raptors would have made just like regular patrol missions in Destiny 2 a whole lot better.
Yeah,
just like you see the global event spawn Raptor wave.
And then just a bucket of raptors drop out of the sky and pop them everywhere.
You see their sails on the horizon.
Mutant dinosaurs.
I want a golden gun a dinosaur.
Yeah, you just stand outside the cave and shoot the dinosaurs as they come out.
The animation team, I should say, has done an incredible job of taking something
Man, when's somebody gonna make that AAA Beast Wars game the world's been waiting for?
That's really not nice. I don't want to come.
You're right.
No one.
We need something better than the N64 fighting game.
The world has been waiting for this. I didn't even know.
Absolutely.
I thought everyone forgot what Beast Wars was.
Is this
Hey, the world's been waiting for that.
Transformers before like 2008.
Loadouts. Can you speak a bit about how
the world's been waiting for that. They've been waiting for the Alex Kidd thing. thing.
So we've got, at the start of the game, we've got these 4 heroes.
What was that
and they
game,
are
that
an
remake that made
international
you and
cast
Vox
from
really
around
sad
the world.
recently?
We wanted to get across that this was
You're
Commander
gonna have to
Keen.
be more
the whole world has gone
specific.
down.
It
So we
was
have
some
different
really
characters.
old.
Now they
Commander
sit
Keen.
within
That's the
different
one.
classes,
That was like
but each
Command
character has their
Indikeen?
own unique abilities
Command
as
and
well.
Keener.
So there's sort of class aspects of certain weapons that they
Red
can use,
alert.
class abilities, but then each character will bring its own special ability to the fight, and those classes, are pretty standard fare in regard of there's a support class, there's a kind of generalist weapons class, and then there's a heavy type of class as well. But where the real fun is
Goodbye.
the abilities. That's where we get to learn something very special.
Have fun living on Zanzibar, I guess?
I guess.
And also tell a bit more about their character, because there's not a lot of storytelling, as in traditional sense, cutscenes, that kind of thing. So we wanted to get across what these people are like.
Are we going to have some environmental storytelling?
Nah, it's cards. You're gonna read cards about dinosaurs.
You do get to load out the characters.
Yeah!
So
Do they at least have cool art on them?
You get to choose the weapons.
No.
Okay, they are just exploding and flying directly up. I thought that it was like Metal Gear and you have a Fulton system of some sort.
No, because they're not rocket boosters. I don't know if it's like some kind of pulse that removes them from gravity, like some kind of magnetic bullshit.
From a resupply to a massive airstrike. So you as your team, you want to choose what's the stuff that we bring in.
Just thinking about Days Gone, but it was dinosaurs instead.
Oh, that would be a much better game.
I just keep thinking of like Warlock ulting a bunch of these raptors.
I mean, like, what if instead of being bitten by a zombie, you get bit by a raptor and turned into a raptor?
I've read a lot of comics like that.
Oh yeah,
and I want to tell you, that's not the world you want in your video game.
You research, and then those upgrades allow you to either specialize your weapon or make it more general. We've aimed at making, rather than adding power constantly, we're trying to go for breadth. But it's anything from sort of more exotic things like fire ammunition to a buff to reload.
This blood vignette's real great.
It is. I'm reminded of PS2.
And try different things out for different types of missions.
It might be the most aggressive one I've ever seen.
It's pretty extreme.
I feel like Killzone 2 wasn't even this extreme.
Running around, looks like gathering a lot of resources. Can you talk a bit about sort of the different objectives we'll have in the game?
Sure.
One time, me and my brother were playing Call of Duty 4 over Thanksgiving, and the blood vignette grossed my mom out.
So the map has these different regions, and
she's like, "Oh, that's gross." I'm like,
"That we're going to talk about."
Well, I'm bleeding.
They have these kind of insertions.
There's a lot of gameplay, Dan.
Sometimes they are.
Yes.
And they can see where the mission is. So
There's
seems like they had a lot of gameplay prepared.
Yes. Weird. How did they have it prepared for this, but not prepared for a rush event 1 month ago?
Could have like shaved off a few minutes for him, thrown him a bone.
It's really weird that like Microsoft's event was both a month early and a month late.
Yeah. What you've got.
What do you mean? It just came out today, like an hour ago, on a blog.
No, jack shit was announced there.
You then,
maybe there's only gravity for like 8 feet above the ground.
Maybe, because there's it looked like they put 4 rocket thrusters on, or one on each side.
That's why they're that's why raptors are the only dinosaurs you're seeing. All the tall ones floated away.
No, no! Just flying neck first.
Like, no, grab my hand. Fuck you.
One-off situation that happens every
sick.
mission.
They got like energy breath.
So you go to one of these extraction points.
Oh yeah, that's historically accurate.
Oh, 100%.
How bad the area is.
Okay.
The sort of threat level.
These are the kind of dinosaurs we haven't found dead bones for yet.
All I can think of is the fucking archaeologist memes. Archaeologists in 1980. This is a dinosaur. They're huge as hell and sick like lizards. Do they breathe fire? Probably. Archaeologists nowadays, no, your toy's inaccurate. It's a bird.
Dan, this is sick. Look at this.
Right?
I know.
I just keep thinking of that line from Futurama. What really killed the dinosaurs? Me!
Obviously, the heritage, Amazon Studios, it's all about these open world games. And we're not actually talking about this as an open world game. We're talking about this as a big
Probably.
game. Because we have.
I mean, you have laser breath, so.
On their feet, moving around. There's no vehicles in the game.
I didn't think it was scanning for a second.
Yeah.
It's just gonna decapitate any dinosaur that is that tall, right?
I mean, it's still pretty big.
Right at the gravity
and you
line.
can go any way you like, as you'd expect in this kind of game. But it's not the enormousness of other open world.
Do they have rock fists?
I think they do. These are elemental dinosaurs.
This is so rad.
That's fair. Can you speak a little bit about
I hate how much more exciting this is than that shit that showed up at the Microsoft conference last month. Because I remember being like, that could be cool. We don't know.
What
didn't show us much.
What if Scorn is actually cool?
If they show Scorn gameplay, I'm gone.
There is going to be a beta.
They're going to show Scorn gameplay sometime this week, Casey.
Which is Second Extinction game.
IGN getting all the gameplay that Microsoft did would be insane.
And there's a cool little referral scheme.
There's a non-zero chance that every game they didn't show gameplay of is going to be here.
Exclusive skins, that kind of thing. And yeah, we really want to start engaging with the community now.
Including Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Their feedback and
so we're working on PS5 bingo cards. Somebody wrote an Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay, and I just started withering.
Dinosaurs. I'm looking forward to hearing more about Second Extinction later this year.
Oh man, those are lightning dinosaurs.
See, that switch just explodes the dinosaurs.
Yeah, like, I don't know
they get
what
thrown at any point
like
in time.
this is the lever that blows up this part of the air. I suspended an enormous bomb
Good job, Max.
in midair by
That
putting
sounds
it
like
halfway
my
through the
daughter's
gravity
not my
line,
dog, you're my coworker.
so the weight
Anyways, we're right in the
balanced.
middle of IGN Expo #1, part of IGN Summer of Gaming, a cavalcade of video game reveals and deep dives.
It's
continuing
fast-paced
tomorrow and
strategic
indeed for months to
combat.
come. Coming up after the break, Tom Marks will show us a new game he's been interested in. Then I'll be back to bring you a closer look at Metal Hellsinger, which, as you could probably tell from the badass trailer we just watched, is a rhythm-based shooting game in which you tear ass through hell. That sounds so painful, but it's a really cool game, so stay tuned. And check back tomorrow wherever you stream or on IGN One on your Samsung TV Plus for more IGN Expos and the big Sony State of Play reveal stream. All that and much more right after this. Stay tuned.
If only we had a Samsung TV Plus, we could
Summer of Gaming is
watch them directly on the TV.
Who'll be partying with us all summer long.
I can't handle them attempting a professional camera setup, but they have to wear the Astro headset.
Yeah.
But that's how you know they're just like us. They're gamers.
Yeah.
Their gamer scores are 100% legit.
100%.
And it's almost here.
They didn't play the Avatar: The Last Airbender game.
News, trailers, next-gen coverage, and more.
We're excited about these next-gen consoles and this ominous controller Sony has shown us.
Because it's like action, action. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's like the crying baby is in the background and it's too dark to see it.
Oh my god, what if that's what the console looks like?
That ad that cuts off abruptly that came out in February and seriously was leading into that territory.
Tiny cell phones and tablets.
Do you think IGN has like a timeline in Vegas, their premiere or something, that is prepared for when after the Sony show so they can redo their promos to actually show the console?
Could you imagine some dudes just bashing it out overnight?
Yeah, I was like, maybe overnight. I don't feel like there's any way that they're going to do that day of.
It's funny that YouTube Gaming gets Bosman and Jeff Keighley and these influencers and IGN's IGN. That's the end of my sentence.
Yes.
2020. We'll bring on the experts to discuss and analyze all the latest developments around these new consoles.
About these consoles and this ominous controller.
Something's really exhausting about them taking the, it's like an election angle to it.
Yes,
it's like,
no, it's, in every video they've made with that aesthetic has been the worst.
Is IGN's live news show every day of the week that covers all the day's news about games, movies, comics, and of course more. This is our daily live show that takes a rotating cast of IGN talent going over all the latest news of the day.
It's Time Man who in fact said that gaming will never look better.
That's that's him. I guess that's where he works now.
Find us on mixer.com/IGN.
Michael Swain. He was during like when Cracked was really good.
Oh.
See you there.
Huh. Back when there was money.
Check out this game.
Check out this game on IGN's Summer of Gaming.
Are you doing an unnecessary bit around showing me a trailer?
Games worth your attention.
I think we know it.
The wonderfully ridiculous question.
Look, we're filling time.
If you took GTA
Till
2's top
question
down
mark?
mayhem and set it during medieval times.
I really like that
Take
print.
a look at some
Thank you for hosting,
exclusive
Pass the
video
Remote.
from Rustler Grand Theft Horse.
Oh, it's new Banjo-Kazooie.
What's with the Borderlands pose?
I don't know. I was too
Got
focused
meme
on. Do Europeans spell practice with an S? He said practice with an S. I was like, what?
I haven't come
I don't
across
think they do.
Oi.
We couldn't make it one stream.
No. We're doomed when Andy House enters the house.
It wasn't a very passionate one, so be grateful.
This is slow-paced strategic combat.
Is it really strategic?
Yeah, see? He's using that tech... I don't know.
He mashed the button. It was very strategic.
It looks like the blood looks so weird that I feel like they're just leaking ambient occlusion.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is that, like, thick glass thing they're doing to the foliage.
The foliage, yeah.
Then head on over to IGN.com or YouTube.com/IGN to watch the
Like,
full
it's
extended
kinda
version
cool.
of this gameplay.
And I guess the more I see it, the more used to it I get.
This is just one step above that trailer we saw that was the first 4K 120 frame per second Xbox One
Okay,
game.
that's not fair. Orphan of the Machine is
Orphan
a far
of the Machine.
rougher game.
I feel like they would have done better to not have shown me that trailer in attempting to sell me that game.
I'm so excited for you to
What?
join
Tom
us.
Marks
A little
had to
while
tell you
ago,
how
we
cool it
premiered
was.
the trailer for Metal Hellslinger, and oh my gosh, was it amazing! And here to talk more about this exclusive reveal.
I know it's not apples to apples, but imagine the Sony event where they do this.
Let's dive in.
Did I
You just
black
saw
out,
some
or
footage.
did she put on a different shirt in between cuts?
I think this is
She did.
pre-recorded.
So we
I
just
think this
Oh,
part's
okay.
pre-recorded. There's
Sorry,
time to it.
I lost the
we
plot
just
for a
saw it
moment.
for the very first time. Let's just dive in because that looks like something I have never seen before. So it is a rhythm shooter. Can you tell us about that?
So you just saw footage of God of War 2. Let's talk about how cool that footage of God of War 2 was.
I mean, like, the idea is that...
Said Schumann, stop talking before I end
I
you.
was thinking about it originally. It was something... there's sort of this zen state that you get into when you're playing rhythm games, and you get into them also with first-person shooters, and then at some point I was...
Too much cleavage. She was mandated to change it.
Yeah, they're exploding the candles.
They're looking.
I may have to, tweet at Vox later, being like, "Do you also get in the Zen state as stated by this interview?"
In probably making this crazy thing. Yeah.
She's gonna watch this being like, I guess this game looks neat. Why are they saying it's a rhythm game like?
Love. It brings the two things that you love together into one.
That is true, yeah. Oh, you're doing a lot of... I'm just looking at the game now.
So let's start with what exactly are we watching right now? Like, is it a rhythm?
I'm more curious about what I'm listening to right now.
Play it, right?
Bob,
It's very, like,
how many days do we have with this again?
3.
Is there a story?
So it's
like in total, or is this going to last for 3 days? What did I just sign up for?
There are 3 real days, but this will also feel like it's 3 days long.
I think there's only
It's such
2
a
days
shame
of stuff
feels
going-
missing this.
You know, the people that...
Yeah, why does it feel here? What?
And so...
He's cheating.
Knowing that, we wound up making a shooter that has these rhythm components rather than a thing where you're on rails and you're trying to do things to, you know...
Isn't that gun from a Suda51 game?
That essentially, like, limit your agency as a player.
Is that the big boner?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, I know what game he's talking about. I can't remember.
Than it was to have you follow like the static song.
The
and
evil within the shadows within the enemy.
That's it,
right?
Security
That's the one.
on kind of,
Of the dam.
performance. Right now, you're at 16x you can see right there.
Those damn shadows within the evil enemy within.
If you drop down,
Of Edith
layers
Finch.
of the music drop out. So, like for me, or for a lot of people, like who want to hear the music all the time, you want to both for scoring purposes and for just like hear the music that you really
DDR,
dig.
Doom Revolution.
You want to keep the multiplier as high as possible.
I feel like they could have just called it Hellsinger.
Wow, wait, that's such an
Yeah.
interesting
It's a really awkward
I feel
title.
Like I completely agree. You almost are motivated not just to kill the enemies,
Unless
but
they
also
planned,
because you wanna
like,
hear
genre-branching
the full track
sequels.
sort of a thing.
Hmm.
So let's talk about the
Like-
scoring a little bit.
Are you telling me the next one's gonna be Metal Hell Puncher?
No, I'm like, call me when it's bluegrass Hellsinger.
Oh, okay. See, I was thinking game genre. And you were thinking music
yeah, like
genre.
trance dance alternative Hellsinger.
The Bluegrass Hellsinger spoiler cast.
Has to kind of keep
Tell me when there's mall pop.
Right, like garbage new metal Hellsinger.
like shooting an enemy, or you see yourself hitting him on the.
I don't need city pop Hellsinger.
Oh my god, I need Eurobeat Hellsinger.
All those things.
Somebody in chat was saying ska Hellsinger, and I'm kind of feeling that because as you're approaching the demon, it's like
you are the devil and the devil is bad. Hey.
They added a new feature. You're on a skateboard the whole time.
Tony Hawk's in Hell 3.
Gotcha. So are you?
That's alternative rock Hellgrinder. It's a different series.
Number,
Oh.
so like we just saw
Hell, for some reason, is either a high school or a mall.
Higher level enemy appear,
Yeah, I was there in the 90s. I remember that.
possible as you go throughout the level.
You're trying to get the highest score for the leaderboards and also to earn souls, which is.
This weapon's hilarious because it seems to be shaking the head.
Score?
A point of progression and.
Say that again, Casey.
Persistence things give you access.
Did they ask why is there a score?
I believe that is what they said.
What?
They sure have a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of chemistry.
There's a lot of rocks in IGN heads, I guess.
A lot of somber chemistry.
They have a lot of time to
It takes
fill.
place in hell, as we saw in the trailer.
What?
I can talk a little about it because I think the marketing will kill me if I reveal too much.
So what features do you have for the Xbox Series X? Shut up. Okay.
That's gonna happen every interview, isn't it?
She's the one.
Oh,
who's
man.
There to, in theory, overturn.
It's gonna be hard to top that during this E3 season.
I am so happy that I got all my work done so I would have plenty of time to consume this.
I bet you feel a lot like me playing Valorant last week.
You're like, do you have time for this to join us for this? I'm like, of course, it's got to be great.
It
No,
looks
this is
neat.
the
I don't
one-
know that it needed to do that for 10 minutes.
This is the show before tomorrow's Sony show. This can't be great, unfortunately. They're not allowed to show anything yet.
Yeah, there's a ton of things they just literally can't show.
I sure hope you're right and that they drop the weights from tomorrow onward.
Okay, so
Right.
we're like slowly running out of time, and I feel like I have so many.
The presenter
questions
peels
about
off their
this
skin
game.
and it turns out to just be the DualSense underneath.
Let me start with.
So we're like slowly running out of time, and I'm like, you need to be running out of it much faster here.
We've talked about kind of this idea of perspective.
Sorry, were you saying they have a DualSense for a head?
It turns out we were the DualSense controller all along.
Does this game
They played the
kind
signal.
of explore that
Aggro, this is not armchair devs.
This is like horror indie film high concept.
Not like
chat
iPhone
devs.
head.
Casey, I don't know how to turn it off anymore.
Oh no!
What did you do to me?
I just need content. Get to work.
They drew first blood.
A certain way and seems to be doing a certain
Yeah, I believe if you told the cops you had to kill me because I kept putting you on podcasts, that would be pretty. That would hold up.
That or they'd kill you.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, it just if I just get arrested for killing you, I might live through it. if I explain why I killed you and then I have to play a judge like the Silent Hill episode, I'm definitely not making it out of there.
This question is solely for me, but we have to end the interview really quickly, so I'm going to ask it super fast. But is the person that we're watching in that, in the footage that we just watched, are they just really good at the game, or does the music tailor to your shooting abilities so that you're on beat?
They are really good.
Got it. Okay,
What does that mean?
Don't. Robin, looks like you're eating the screen.
Yeah, that person is.
It's true. It lined up perfectly.
Hello,
with the
top
teeth
of Tosh's head.
And none of the stuff. In fact, I remember I told the
Give us a
person
kill
who's doing
roll.
it, like, Jesus. All right. Well, you're really good. So.
Oh, hey.
Calm down.
I'm still cropped correctly-ish.
It's cool though.
Aggro gets no cam.
Alrighty, well, David,
Sounds about right.
so much for talking to us. Before we go,
Oh, wait.
do you have
No,
any
there's an
information
aggro
that you
cam.
can give us on when we can expect to play this game and maybe what platforms it's coming to?
There
it is.
There we go.
I think we
But
can.
now I'm so
There it
lonely
is.
without Bob.
Yep.
PC and next gen.
You can hang out with those posters in the back, like that one of Metroid.
2021.
And nothing else.
Definitely look forward to hearing more about that.
It's not like there's another one back there.
There's something really funny about this image of mostly negative space in the video covering Bob.
Just Bob's eyes above the video was just like the he's in an AI meme.
If you're a fan of the Yakuza series, Yakuza Like a Dragon is probably already on your radar, and you know what you're in for, which is a densely packed city map full of minigames.
We're going to show you Yakuza footage, this time with a UI.
Oh no! Familiar,
he disappeared.
15 minutes of exclusive first look.
Bob, where are
you?
you?
The producers telling us all about the new game. Quick question though: will someone get beaten over the head with a
Which
bicycle?
jutsu are you
No, I'm
using
kidding.
to
I already
escape
know the
this?
answer. Of course they will. Let's see what else Max found out.
Get the
about
fuck
Yakuza
out.
Like a Dragon.
Jutsu.
Oh, I'm on an iPhone.
Give him nice curtains.
No, you don't.
Entry in the Yakuza series, Yakuza Like a Dragon might seem a bit intimidating.
We already
but
had
launching
the
on a whole bunch
intro.
of different platforms and with a new protagonist
Look,
and a
they
brand new
made
setting,
these
it's as good a
terribly
jumping on point
without
as
thinking
any.
about how they were
Joining me
actually
to
going to
talk
stitch
about
them
this
together.
brand new game
And then
is
they just
Scott
didn't
Strickland,
cut out the other
senior
parts.
localization producer from Sega on this wonderful
Oh,
series.
it's because
Scott,
it's an
thank you for joining
interview.
us.
God damn it.
Always good to hang out with you, Max.
So, I have been somewhat on media blackout with Like a Dragon. This is obviously a huge
That's his way of
debut
saying he
installment.
hasn't been paying attention
I
at
was
all.
like,
A lot of
you
new
work
stuff
in the
with series.
media.
It's already been out in Japan
What?
for a little while, but you guys always go a really long way.
Yeah, but
with,
the
how you
only
approach
news about this game is
localization.
in Japan only, and it's a
For people who
Western
haven't been
games
paying
media
close attention,
guy.
give us a little bit of a rundown of,
I'm very
what the
curious.
setting is, who the main
Is he
character
trying to
and, what we can
channel
expect
the
to see.
masked Jim Carrey, or
Right,
is
so,
that
That's
unintentional?
not intentional. I think he's trying to dress like a Yakuza game.
No,
with
he's
his
trying
suit
to
jacket.
dress like the principal from the Breakfast Club.
New character.
Hey, look, it's actual UI.
Holy
Weird.
shit.
Is this gameplay?
This is literally Microsoft's Commerce, but with gameplay.
Okay, I think it's better that it ended up with that. I think that's hilarious.
I've never loved IGN more than I do at this moment.
As we get into his story, so
I'm still. This
his
is
primary
insane.
story takes
I'm gonna
place
go
in
download their stupid
Yokohama,
app.
which is a city kind of adjacent to, well, it's in Tokyo, but
Threatening
it's
men.
suburb, so it's a completely new city for us. It's like 3 times the size of Kamurocho, and it's gonna be
She's
pretty
quiet, but very powerful.
Now, one of the big, huge changes that's happening this time around
Beer
is that,
Zerker.
Yakuza, which is, historically kind of an action beat 'em up, is now a party-based, turn-based RPG. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you're maintaining the same level of expectation for totally
Gnarly
over-the-top
breath.
action in a more of an RPG setting?
Oh, he's a hobo.
Absolutely. So
Pigeon
Ichiban's,
raid?
His story is friendships that he makes with these other characters.
The
that are all
footage
kind
that
of coming from
Xbox
the
was
same
too
kind of,
scared to show.
Yes.
rock bottom kind of situations. It's a lot of people kind of from the edges of society coming together. And the
Wait,
dev
their
team felt
outfits
the best
changed
way
when
to
they-
portray that was to
Oh
allow
no,
the
oh no,
player
this might
to,
be day one.
play as more than just Ichiban, to really kind of hang their hat on that like friendship thing that kind of happened with Ichiban. So he's a very charismatic dude. He attracts people to his to this kind
I
of.
think I might be trying to move Dragon
and
Quest
at the same
11 down a
time,
few pegs on my JRPG list.
So these kind of RPG battles that are happening are very much kind of his mindset kind of happening in.
I mean, it makes sense. The main character of this game
kind of transition.
in the story loves Dragon
when
Quest.
the battle transitions, the enemies that are he's fighting literally become like this almost kind of like monsters, and that's all kind of happening in his head, being portrayed kind of in the game. But
yeah, I was gonna ask, is it gonna be like, oh, the main character's crazy and it's just gonna get real dark and slow in the middle? Like, wait, no, the Japanese are making this game.
Like, they asked the people that make Dragon Quest, can we reference it in the game? And they said yes. The main character imagines real fights as turn-based RPG fights, so that's why this happened.
So what we're trying to say is, no, this isn't going to be
so your
Spec
party and your
Ops
friends that you're making,
Yeah.
Can you talk a bit
for
about
Oh man, like I'd heard,
how much
it's
variety you can
Yakuza,
have
but it's
in terms of,
turn-based, and I'm like, okay, that's weird.
Party members and characters.
This
you're
looks
gonna
really
use along the
good.
way.
Yeah. No, this
Right, so
this
right
looks
now we have
fantastic.
a full party of 4. You can get up to 6 plus 1 party member optional.
Something
and
about battle
that's gonna be
positioning
one
like
way to
this.
party.
Right.
We also have a full-on job system with 19 jobs that you can take up. And a lot of the times, I think when you think of a job system, you're like, all right, here's my thief, my ranger, my mage kind of things. But we're using.
I think this is an anime that like failed getting greenlit.
Real life jobs. So we'll show some of that gameplay in a bit here, but we'll change all the jobs for the characters. You'll see some of that kind of come into play.
Now, in the previous Yakuza games, you occasionally, get different outfits, but they're usually not something you can unlock until later in the game. Are we going to see? I don't know if armor is the right word, but sort of different wardrobe for Ichiban and your party members.
Yes. So each job has its own custom.
God, his
outfit.
face
Right.
when he did that.
It has a couple different variations on it. So not only that, there's going to be all kinds of
The symbol for job experience when he finishes a fight makes me think there's going to be like a sphere grid system happening here.
add-on stuff.
I mean, that's kind of
does.
typical
We're
for
gonna be
Yakuza games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
throw
have
free
upgrade
content
systems
post
that
launch,
do
so there's
sphere
all
grid like looks good.
Now, the setting, I want to talk about this. How would you say it compares, other than just in terms of scale, to some of the previous settings like Sotenbori or Kamurocho?
So Yokohama is a massive port city, and it's got like 9 different districts. So you've got the uptown, you've got lowtown, you've got downtown, you've got the commercial district, you've got an industrial district, you've got Koreatown and Chinatown, and all.
Oh, good,
these
they got
different,
shogi.
Like areas kind of have their own
Good.
vibe and their own feel to them.
Can
and
Quest.
What's neat about it is that there's a.
When I went to look up like what is Furry 10 and why is it fucking me over, all of the websites I found were people complaining about playing mahjong in Yakuza.
Really kind of pick your strategy better when you're roaming through.
This long side quest chain will end with a game of mahjong. I guess I'll never complete the story.
Men and there's delinquents and there's various grades of street thugs. How do you maintain that same level, sort of within the pageantry?
Hey, I'm still freaking out over how this is just.
Are there going to be? Are we going to get fantastical?
Just what we should have seen at the Microsoft show.
Yeah, no, that's surreal, and I hope that pattern doesn't continue because
like I was mentioning,
you will die. Yes, because I don't get to say that and have people agree. I get to say that people hear laughs, and then later people are like, "See, you hate Microsoft," and I'm like, "No, I have eyeballs."
Wish they'd stop fucking this up. Like that show was emblematic of a huge structural problem somewhere in upper middle management. Something has gone wrong.
The fact their launch lineup is nothing.
Yeah, no, it's we're talking like cube levels of weird bureaucratic feedback loop creating a thing that shouldn't be.
That is the movie where they lock people in a gigantic cube that moves all around, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Why the fuck am I hearing about Cube again?
They're very much
Easy, boot it up. Start watching Cube. You need to catch up on this.
Shut the fuck up.
I love that.
The Mega Man Maker level taught me everything I need to know.
Is a game where you're playing as a JRPG nerd within the game. Like there's that level of like it seems very meta.
It's a little meta, yeah. There's like a whole.
Really glad the footage is looping.
Yeah, it's like I saw you said you're gonna show the part where they have to change jobs.
This is a great emotional loop here, where it's like, yeah, footage. This footage is awesome. This game looks great. I really wish this footage would end. This footage has been going on for way too long.
I caught a glimpse of Kiryu showing up in
one
of the trailers or
fighting
some
Barker.
Gameplay. Can you talk about sort of how this is
See,
going to
intersect with the problem is once the footage starts looping, I have to listen to the words they're saying.
So it's definitely set in the
This guy has been much less frustrating as an interviewer. I feel like he's asking questions you might want to hear the answers to, like, hey, what's the setting?
So who's playing your game?
I've listened
someone who works
I've
here.
listened
Are they
to him
good at it?
in the past. He actually hosts podcasts,
in which
and I've heard him actually talk about these games
before. And if you're familiar with the kind of rivalry that
he actually knows what questions you would actually want to ask.
6+ games, that's a huge deal, right? Like it's massive, and so all of that is kind of unfolding in the background.
He's not a full-fledged punk. He's a punkling.
Lower and lower. And like you mentioned, Kiryu and some of the previous pro tags even are kind of in the background, and you'll definitely intersect with them kind of later in the game in a way that is epic.
He's got a tree.
Too much.
Now, I think my favorite part of the Yakuza series, obviously the super heavy duty, dramatic, operatic crime stuff is cool, but I love all of the weird sub stories and just side characters you run into along the way. And you and the localization team always seem to have a really good time bringing that stuff.
I have to go play more Judgment. Oh wow! Oh no,
that happened.
That was for everyone.
Like you could talk to.
So I just noticed the Spike Spiegel statue in the back of that guy's room, and his wardrobe makes absolute sense now.
So yeah, you saw that the crawfish over there. Her name's Nancy. I don't want to talk too much about Nancy because we will absolutely be showing more of Nancy later. But
goodbye, Dan.
Yes, that involves Ichiban basically making friends with the crawfish. It's just as bonkers. As
now I'm in charge of the stream. And KZ, you have to go watch Q.
There's still very dramatic sub-stories, but
you don't understand. During my Kingdom Hearts month of streaming,
the nonsense side of things,
some psychotic people came into my stream and just talked about Cube by saying, "Cube, it's a great movie," over and over again for 4 days.
It has somber tapestries.
I mean, that's how I ended up playing Kingdom Hearts. You wouldn't shut the fuck up. So it's just the cycle of life.
Racing, is that right?
Did you play Kingdom Hearts?
No. I just tell people that now.
What?
You were in the wrong.
I was. No, I did. I played The Last World.
Yeah.
I also played Summer 1 when it came out.
Machine guns, so that's very much a minigame you can play. I think later in this footage we're going to show a little bit.
I'll take it.
Quest. You can hop on like a rickshaw and start collecting cans, but for a little bit of side income. And
okay, here we go. There's something new.
Here we go. This is the.
Here in this minigame.
This is it.
Collect these cans and get the boosts, and
without
getting kind of taken out by your competition who's out there also collecting cans. You have to ram them, and you have to avoid the garbage truck and the thieves, and get back to the goal in time before running out of time to collect your cans.
Are we going to see any of the sort of the business management type of games we've gotten used to? I mean, we've done.
I mean, it's pretty good, but it's no forklift.
Clubs. We've done, real estate and construction companies.
There is a full-on business management mode sub-story happening, and it's just as intricate as Real Estate Royale was, where Ichiban was tasked with taking over a failing
that guy's dead.
Company,
a little bit,
and taking that from a literally failing company to a great holdings company where you'll have to recruit managers, assign them to properties, and
I love Yakuza.
Like these really epic
we have a side quest series where it's business management.
I hope he makes the crawfish a manager.
Naturally over the top.
You buy all these tall ships.
That's exactly
Go
what
on.
I want to hear. I mean, the thing about the series that I love is that you wind up.
This game's made by Ubisoft, right?
No, was you least expected. There'll be some little mini game that you're like, that sounds weird. I'll be into that, and then you find yourself sinking 11 hours into it. And
maybe
like,
one day they'll just put Crazy Taxi literally into the game.
I don't know why they haven't.
We've seen that kind of got dabbled in.
I think we can get a new Crazy Taxi release if it's just Yakuza theme.
I guess the Persona series where you can level your kind of personality up a bit.
Thinking about how
raise certain levels
this
of your
is
personality
apparently going to come to PC at some point,
some of the
right?
Which means that technically a port of what was the most recent Virtual Fighter is going to be on PC because it's in Yakuza 7
property. Obviously, that's
in the arcades.
When people think like the turn-based JRPG, Sega makes. That's the big one, and now Yakuza's kind of dipping their toe into that. Have the teams like interacted at all, given each other notes on that kind of thing, or?
That's a great question. They're in the same movie.
Man.
I couldn't tell you, but I think there's definitely some learnings happening. And I think it's just a cool kind of marriage of ideas that's certainly you're seeing with not only Persona but also Like a Dragon.
I love it. Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting to see these sort of parallels. They're both games where you go exploring, in Japan and making friends and fighting stuff. And in this case, it seems like it's definitely dabbling in that JRPG territory, but it's still squarely, Yakuza stuff. Can you talk about sort of it's weird because it doesn't look turn-based. I guess the spacing seems really dynamic and almost more,
and then he froze in place for the rest of time.
Super snappy. So like you not only in during battle,
so you let your characters walk around and you fool people.
Yes,
it's so sad.
The 13 system works.
I mean, yeah, that's how it works.
That's what I did in Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah, it took me a couple hours to really convince myself the positioning was meaningless.
Oh wow, yeah, I immediately turned that off. I was just like, no, I'm playing Dragon Quest. Please stop. Stand in a line, good.
That happens, and then another character, if you leveled up your bond via drink links with that character.
That's actually why I buy physical games, so that way if I ever get in a street fight, I can just throw a Blu-ray and cut them in half.
That are like, where,
that's some good tech from Revolution X.
The character, you'll have to be pressing buttons and you can do
Aerosmith taught me that.
You are like on your toes at the whole time. It's not a very
Mega Man X7
passive battle system at all. You can
seeing that effect just reminds me they still haven't brought either of those Samurai Yakuza games over. Maybe we'll hear something.
Well, that is awesome. This was, of course, got a huge announcement.
We haven't finished the bingo card, so we could just
presentation direct. State of Xbox, whatever the hell we're calling it. There's too many of these things.
Right.
And everyone's dying.
Finally, we know what Blue Point's making.
About what people can expect from Yakuza
I'm digging this slash effect.
Yeah, no, they perfected it over those other two games they never brought here.
And outside of that, there's we're still figuring that out a little bit, but for the most part, we're ready to support next gen on this, which is going to be pretty cool.
Okay, so when can people expect to get their hands on Yakuza Like a Dragon, Scott?
We'll be there day one on Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Windows 10, and Steam.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming by and chatting. I'm a big fan of Yakuza, as you might have guessed by my suit.
It's a launch title?
I get married in the suit, and I do my Yakuza E3 interviews in this suit. Anyway, thanks for coming by. This has been great. I'm dying to know more about Yakuza.
Or is it like early? Is it coming out earlier, so it's technically out on launch day?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Just the way he worded it was a little weird.
Bob, I'm not sure if anyone's told you.
What's up?
They're shipping a box to retail. It just says Xbox.
Don't worry, it won't drag
I know. She's back in current day form.
Yes.
New game trailers, the latest on Borderlands 3 DLC,
and I think that the lights blasting her face, she can't open her eyes.
Then check back.
She's like, oh, this is miserable.
IGN Expo number
Wait, what? We're going back?
Sony State of Play reveal stream. Summer is just getting started.
I
put up the wrong one.
Next, Metal Singer again. Here we go. Top Gun from the top.
You need to fucking tell me who's playing this game, old man. And are they good at it?
Oh no, this is the same thing they played before.
No, it was different footage of that game.
Yes, you're right.
It was.
The next generation of video gaming is on the
They
horizon.
found the right button.
IGN is here to bring you the latest PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X news and analysis.
Did I have a stroke? Did that thing say frame rate versus resolution?
Back button
yeah,
attachment.
I think it happened. I think he said that.
Ryan McCaffrey's up there debating whether or not pixels are real. Sorry, wait. He's on the side with more performance now. He's debating that pixels are all that matters.
Yes. Why should a game run well when it can be higher res?
I remember owning a PS3.
I keep telling you guys. I keep telling you these people come off like crazy PS3 fanboys. You see? I know how that looks!
Been there, done that, literally had the t-shirt.
No matter where you are. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.
Everybody loves watching a speedrun of their favorite game. But what if you got the opportunity to peek into the minds of the developers while they watch their games getting completely wrecked? That's exactly what happens in every episode of Game Devs React to speedruns.
You watched any of those?
No.
Like,
we invite you to ride
I've
along
watched
with the
a few.
developers as they react to,
The quality of those videos really depends on which devs are in it.
Yeah.
Like, the Shovel Knight one is great. Some of them are just dire.
I watched I watched a little bit of the Half-Life 2 one. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, I watched that one too.
He's like, what did he just do to our game? Oh
like,
my god,
many...
did he jump all the way to here? No, he jumped all the way to there.
How many hours did you spend on that section?
That he just skipped over.
You feel good about that?
Wait, why are you going over there? You don't have. Oh.
Like, oh, this is a section he can't skip through. He's got to wait until she's done, and he's through the wall. He picked up a crate. Not sure how he did that.
Yeah.
They're like, we put a death tag there. How'd he survive?
We spent so long making sure players couldn't do this small thing that was a part of his grand scheme. Oh, thank you, Twisted Sin, for gifting those subs.
And
We
we
appreciate
still in
it.
the midst of IGN Expo 1.
Everyone enjoy your bannies.
Chicken tender or Italian or?
The pub sub. Chicken tender, of course.
Nice.
By clicking the donation links in the description of this video or heading on over to donate.ign.com.
It's funny because, like,
the Bail Project is a
the eye light is so much stronger on these two that her eyes just look dead in comparison.
Meanwhile, the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Response Fund is dedicated to studying, tracking, and
when somebody
combating
explained
the
to me
coronavirus pandemic.
the concept of, it's a charity that helps people afford bail, I was like, that is the single best charity I've ever fucking heard of.
And for even more Summer of Gaming,
Why is it that this is what it took for me to learn that that existed?
Along with live events from Summer of Gaming, submit your own Summer of Gaming
You're
moments,
white.
Summer of Gaming reactions, and Summer of Gaming plays. I just said Summer of Gaming so many times.
Summer of Gaming.
I've never been shocked into silence before.
So let's check out some more new trailers for incredible upcoming games. Rapid fire.
You hear about all these charities, countless charities. A lot of them are just, we're raising awareness for problems, not solving them.
Because those are the charities that want to just make money.
Meanwhile, this one's like, we're gonna help people not go to jail, and if they get arrested, we help them get out of jail until they're tried
Ghost in the
properly.
Machine.
Krill Eater, Whale PG.
No, this is apparently made by people who've made things, so it can't be Orphan of the Machine.
Okay, I saw the ocean and I almost lost it.
And I'll be your eyes and ears on this expedition. I'm joined today by two colleagues.
Hello, I'm Andre.
That animation would be incredible, removed the concept of she's underwater.
Whale.
She's just wiggling.
Oh, wow. Glad we didn't miss this.
Beautiful.
Watch whales fuck.
Do you have sort of...
Why are you so focused on this pod and the baby?
I'm hoping to
Make
follow
eye
Do you think we'll have a
years
stilted
to learn
interview
from her as
of
she
this
learns from her
gameplay for
family.
15 more minutes?
God, this is just a straight up educational marine biology game.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with this. Oh, thank you for the follow.
You have
settled in the sun.
Ocean Stealth camo so the sharks don't eat you.
Fabulous. The overhead speakers
Ooh.
sound great. Glad I brought my tunes.
Glad I brought my tunes.
That's some real E3 energy.
Little magic.
Normally they don't say it in a montage. Normally they say it
Volcanic
in
activity.
a very extended thing.
That had the same energy as I'm watching Final Fantasy Spirits Within on my tasty plasma.
Andre, who is messing with my whales?
Oh wow, wait, that's tomorrow.
With optional Duke Nukem DLC, they're gonna pay for blowing up my whales.
I was waiting for it to secretly be another Tomb Raider origin story.
Colorado ain't easy.
I've got one foot in the grave.
Out here, every decision is life.
Wasteland?
Yeah. That's Obsidian, right? Wasteland?
I don't think so.
Who
No,
makes
that's
Wasteland?
And sometimes the
In
people with the
Exile?
biggest smiles
Yes.
have the coldest hearts.
But yeah, I think this is that.
The marshals are sworn to uphold order in Colorado
That'd be
Springs.
embarrassing given that
They're more
Microsoft
like
owns
the
them.
Patriarch's private army. The only orders they uphold are his.
Well, look at me like that.
The Gippers claim their God president will make America the
Oh,
shining.
it's literally.
Oh my
village.
fucking
I thought it was going to be
shit.
more subtle than that.
Me too. This is way better.
The last best hope of
Is that
This
Papa
is
John?
incredible.
Goddamn hexadecimal.
Oh, I think everyone is a communist. Then there's the 100 families. They claim they want a better Colorado.
But they're just really into Led Zeppelin.
But mostly just for themselves.
And they have their own version of Ronald Reagan that supports them.
I feel bad that I saw them. Is that Papa John?
Every group has a plan
Fuck,
for
man.
Colorado's future, even those Butcher and Dorsey's. But it's up to you, Ranger. Whose side are you on?
You're the new ranger in town.
Oh no! Oh no!
Me? Max Headroom Ronald Reagan. It's some shit I wanted and I didn't know I wanted it.
Right? That's 100% more interesting right there.
That's the best thing to happen to Ronald Reagan since China, Illinois made him president forever.
Stop.
Kingmaker.
Neat.
Look at all the different fonts and styles
good
all
things
on
about
that
this game.
screen.
For some reason, Kingmaker has the same tone to me as Tastemaker. I'm a Kingmaker.
I don't know. I just thought of that Princess Maker, like those sort of like racing
Oh my
games.
god. Those games are wonderful. Except when I make a mistake and she dies. Horribly.
It's just like, right, probably should have taught her how to chew food.
They put in a turn-based mode.
I should have known one day her chewing servants would be out and she would choke.
I took her to dance class and someone slit her throat.
They're just slowly putting on more subtitles.
Nice.
So that edition
That's an
just
ugly
has...
banner below it. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh wait, you mean the Xbox One or?
I mean the exclusive reveal.
I don't know slimes.
Yo. So, the demon world separated into turfs.
Yeah. Yeah. You
These
noticed that too.
turfs? Yeah, they're filled with all kinds of nasties, alright. Each gang's got their big, scary leader, too.
Like Ronald Reagan.
Oh god.
No.
You
The crab tower.
But none stand a chance to the Demon King himself. I say it's time to kick his sorry butt out of here.
Oh, that's a neat.
What?
It's like that.
Wow.
One
I love this.
Yeah.
A
Toki
lot.
Toa game.
Yes, it is Time and Eternity.
Oh my.
Fantastic.
Shine.
I noticed
Series-
something missing there.
Xbox Series X, Xbox One in brackets.
Yeah, no PlayStation. I wonder if it's PlayStation 5.
Yes, that game needs the power of PlayStation 5, but runs on an Xbox One.
Yes.
And a
120
Switch.
frames a second.
Oh no, this is that other game that showed up at the Microsoft conference, isn't it?
Chorves?
It's not Chorves.
Not Chorves, that VR flying one.
Oh god, I think you're right.
We'll see. Maybe it's not. Oh. God, this song?
Where's the van?
Oh my
What?
god. You can't
That's-
just do that.
That's for people on this side of the camera and live stream.
You can't see. Real-time damage. That actually is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. Until you find out the
wake up, Guardian.
This just enables a strategy that's completely insane of shoot this one spot of this ship, it's dead immediately. Yes.
Yeah.
We need a Battlefield game that's that.
We need spaceship
we
fiction
had
that's that.
It was Battlefield 1942. You just fly your ship into the edge of the boat and it pushes it out of the spawn zone.
It was a beautiful game.
To 3D print one by
That
visiting the
if we're talking about World War II era technology.
Yeah, what's up? Is there something I don't know about?
Flying a plane into a boat.
Yeah, has anyone tried that?
Yeah, we did some tests on that.
Yeah, we did.
Some real world applications took place.
Yeah,
we got a lot of useful data.
Oh, that's great. I would love to know how this affects the meta.
Brian got to chat with one of the designers of a game that could prove to be the next big indie platformer, Demon Turf. Let's check it out.
By the way, that sort of read, that delivery is what you can expect from the future of the Rate This Go when we're using this 65-inch TV as my teleprompter.
How much else do you have left?
In 2017,
we were at a LAN party. Agro's using his like 40-inch monitor or something, and a TV as his monitor, and he's right up against it. And I'm like, hey, how much health do you have? And he goes,
from Fabrad, please welcome CEO.
Because he had to do that to fucking look at it. I'm like,
Ben Miller. So we have
having all of your UI in focus at once is not true strength.
Tell me about it. How did this come together?
Fair.
And what is this game?
Basically, it kind of was
the look of disappointment and mild bemusement on their faces is due to the fact they thought they were getting someone else from IGN.
Oh yeah, that makes
sense. 3D platformers. And we felt with Samsung, we really kind of did everything we wanted.
So when do we get a Kid Dracula mod for this?
They could have gotten so much worse than this guy, though.
Yes.
Look, they haven't had time to consider
that. This is a situation where they're like, you tap out if you get this. It could be worse. It's like blackjack.
These animations are so funny. The standing animation of this,
yes,
and then the jumping animation of this. Nunchuck grows 300 feet tall.
So did this kind of break your brains to have to work on something that was 2D and sort of traditional and was specifically
my words have been vindicated so fast.
A whole era of video games.
Is it like blowing your mind how your game's like
any other game developers
2D,
like 15, 20 years to get accustomed to? And for you guys, it was just like 2 or 3
They're
years.
like pictures in this box, but they move. What's the deal?
The next question he asked better be about DMT.
Honestly,
Jamie, can we pull that up?
Thing about it is how smooth it's been. Every time we try.
I'm about to just dumb him over entirely and put me impersonating him in his bar.
I'd say, especially on the mechanical side, a lot of the
that one movie did. Yeah, there it is, where he stumbles through the air.
Yeah,
it's really
great.
good.
It's
fantastic. I love it.
Where actually was where we did like find challenges was more on the art style side of like. There's actually a lot of things that 3D makes a lot simpler than combining.
Focus eyeballs.
Like this actually brings in whole new challenges of like spacing.
Oh, that is good.
A tab on how enemies are facing and that kind of thing. That then we basically had to come up with new solutions for.
I know that camera modes are really good for marketing because people share photos, but I didn't think about camera modes being the focus of a trailer.
The thing that is very different about
that's also brilliant.
But I think works out really well for just how cool it looks. I think.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of like when I first played Super Mario 64, and I was surprised at the amount of 2D elements in that game, so like fences and some
somebody here is going to bring up Toki and Toa.
It's almost sort of like this kind of Paper Mario-ish aesthetic, where you have this 2D character that's kind of flipping on different planes, or like going through sort of simplistic animation, but is still very
that fucking
animated.
Buddha's palm move.
And so,
yes.
Tell me about traversal in this game, because this character is doing a kind of incredible sort of array of different moves here.
Oh my god!
Okay.
There's been a sort of a renaissance of kind of N64 inspired 3D platformers in the last few years.
This is interesting.
This character seems to have like a pretty insane moveset.
Yo, sick
I saw
balls.
like a hook shot and then transforming into a bat.
Is she going
We're
for a
now
Chaos
sort of
Emerald?
I don't know, like underwater jetting through this tunnel. How did all this come together?
It exploded. I mean, honestly, we kind of started working from
It's
the basics.
true though. The questions here could be worse. You could be like, so the person who's playing, are they like good at it?
super jumps, which are basically combinatorial ones that you can do.
Yeah, no, all the animations are hilarious, and I'm not even sure if they're supposed to be sometimes.
Doesn't matter,
right?
I don't need artist intent to enjoy it. That's why I love Isolation 119.
Build up from each other in a really crazy way, and what we did.
Stop talking about it.
Never.
Is that we decided some of these things we're going to lock out, and
you
unlock
frame
them
picture of
throughout.
Jasmine?
Yeah, I was gonna say the IGN guy should be like, why do you have a framed picture of a 15-year-old girl on your wall?
The second one is the rolling demon, which you see right
Something up
here,
with her legs. It's 2 drawings.
which is basically a snake biting its own tail.
You're lying.
becoming a wheel,
No.
and then
There's
just
no way.
Go at it.
There's no way.
I was wondering if it was like an in-between frame.
Which is essentially
Like, is it a
troll
cell?
demon that you can turn into, and then the fourth one is the craziest one that honestly
She has the face of Gaston in that one frame. The Disney World frame.
Majora's Mask. That's what this is reminding me of.
Bubble. Basically, you can shoot.
This
out
is the
a
Goron roll.
spherical bubble.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Just the bigger it is, that anything within that bubble, the time slows down. Enemies.
Yeah.
You name it. So it's just got more and more, and then the really big part that also
shoulder
big
pads
focus of
are
the game is the
hyperactive
combat.
when she wants.
Yeah, that's
Stupid
jump.
jump. I love every part of the animation here. It's so perfect.
Yeah, so I mean, like we were trying to find our own ways to
I
sort of
wouldn't
put our
change a
spin
thing.
on the genre, and for the combat, we want to try something
Only a
different from,
coward
like,
would
the
change a
health
thing.
bar and getting them down to 0 health approach. So we tried to go for something very like momentum driven and physicsy, where it's one-hit kills for anything with like spikes or pushing enemies off ledges, but you just have this like different size of hands and punch combos you can send out. That it's all about sort of pushing enemies around. It's like a tug of war of trying to get them into the right position to then knock them off the stage or into a hazard.
She jumped over.
And so then
she's jumping over the cone of light as the searchlights are going. That's
the directions for the combat and mechanic
how it
design
works.
of the game.
Finally.
Vox, that is literally what that was.
Level design is
Vox has arrived and is asking about Metal Hellsinger. She's like, is it a rhythm game where you shoot a gun and they call it a rhythm game?
As they want and sort of accomplish.
Sometimes you move a skull in your other hand. We don't know if the person playing was good or not.
They tried to ask them, but
no answers.
They got smoke screened.
Man, I don't know if I'll be able to handle it if she has to interview another dev.
I'm still looking forward to it.
I'm just hoping for
so
not
like,
today.
Yakuza's in Japan, right?
Are a start to finish line scenario.
So about Kamburuchu.
However, we have a couple of really cool twists.
Kombucha?
Kombucha? Basically, your goal
about
is
the Kombucha
to become
city.
The Demon Queen, right? So the Demon King currently
Quinoa?
rules over all turfs, and you first have to convince all the gangs of each turf to join your
So is it
cause
changing every
to then
time
take
she
on
jumps?
the
Yes.
Honcho.
Okay,
And
that's the gimmick. That's cool.
That means that
I like that a
through
lot.
turf, which is
Neat.
basically a game world.
I thought it was
and you go through all the
timing-based.
levels. That's your first visit. But then once you've done them, all, you've beaten the turf leader, you can revisit these levels.
Yeah, we're
and they're
broken.
completely we call it the return.
Oh yeah, it's activating on the
Basically,
double jump
at that
too.
point,
Yeah, it's
the
good.
game
We're
might
broken
have
now.
changed, the weather has changed, the layout has changed. There's new challenges, and that's kind of like our big twist that we throw in there, where essentially.
What's that dude?
It's like
Yeah,
new
hopefully
game
it comes
plus,
to
but
the
you unlock it
PlayStation.
already right at the
I guess
beginning, and it's far
Yeah, no,
more
it's a
than
really
just
good
a
game.
regular
Hey,
game.
at least
It's
we'll have one
essentially
game to look forward to on the Series X.
And on top of that, then also
Fuck that,
Yeah,
it says
Halo
Switch.
Infinite.
Yeah, right? It was like if it was running
also
well on
that's when we
there. Or just
introduce
PC.
the turf ability, so that you start re-exploring these levels with this new mechanic. That
I
lets
have
you
no
engage
faith
with
that
sort
this
of
will run
new
well
parts
on the
you
Switch.
Yeah,
wouldn't
no.
have dealt with previously. And also, it's kind of freeform, so that you have levels, but also you can do them whatever order you want. So that you have to get through a set number to fight the boss, but then also you can do whichever order and sequence you want to.
Now, 3D platformers and 2D platformers in general have a sort of like long history of mostly kind of like happy, optimistic protagonists. You know, like they're always like a big, like even like literally Mario is just constantly cheering and saying Yahoo, Wahoo, and stuff like that. Your character looks like she doesn't really want to be hanging out with anybody. She's pretty much like. Oh,
I've
she looks
listened
like
to a lot of Brian
I went on
Altano.
vacation
I have never heard
with
him
my
more
family in high
baked.
school.
What is going on?
I could feel at the start of that question it was going to get bad, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so her name's
holy
Peach,
shit!
and she's a very young kid.
Like-
She's
Like your character's got attitude.
Right.
Not even reach her teens with that. And she has a ton
Demon
of
Turf
attitude.
does
You
what
definitely picked
Nintendo
up on that. The thing is about her though.
They're like, we're gonna do our
kind of,
E3 show. All right, every personality we have, do your worst job possible.
Softy, because she does all of this. Her entire
attempt
goal,
to turn into an E3 presenter.
Finally, have people take her a little more serious. Because whenever she says that she wants to do something, they're like, oh yeah, sure. You grow up.
The next dev interview, one of them just turns into Nate Fox presenting Infamous Second Son. Police brutality.
Please don't let me be
oh no, I don't. I don't need that right now.
She has no parents of any kind, and so that's kind of the narrative that drives her. But
please ask them if she will dab.
Doubt, she's all about attitude.
I like that because it's not just like dude. It's like specifically like there's.
All I can think of is
it's definitely
Eric Kyle Bosman's fake Kickstarter or his
now in terms
whatever
of
his game was.
You talked about
god, the princess will be
extra cute. Everyone will love her, and everyone in the room nods.
You guys are working on.
Yeah, so I can't believe we're getting an edited Kyle Bosman video tomorrow.
I'm very excited. Unfortunately, I think we'll be trapped in the Xbox conference, right?
You don't see the boss until
because we're going to be rewatching that ahead of the PS4 one.
You know, there's a way around that.
These are characters that stick around.
Just watch the Kyle Bosman thing instead.
And you talk to them, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not."
But we have to dig through like this show that's a bunch of other influencers to get to it.
Actually, address you as the boss.
It's much safer if we just watch it after it's out.
True. A big part of.
Otherwise, I might have to listen to Ego Raptor.
No, I love it. Now you listed some platforms at the end there. And
you need chat to keep account when we do that show tomorrow.
I want to play it. That's basically
of every time Field will groan
immediately.
During the Xbox part.
Well, so we were still working on it.
I don't even know if he'll be available during the Xbox part.
Yeah, that's pretty early.
He's pushing the bit a lot, so I would hope.
I can give you end of this year, beginning of next year.
Sweet.
Platforms, we definitely can confirm.
It's PS5. I'm making myself available.
We can confirm Nintendo Switch, and we will most likely
release
on an Xbox platform.
All right.
Did he just say most likely?
Thanks, guys. We look forward to hearing more about Demon Turf.
He just said we're coming out on the Nintendo Switch and will most likely release on an Xbox platform.
What? It was in your trailer. I hope it's confirmed.
Judging by our own trailer, we're coming out on
Ryan
Steam.
Got to show off Demon Turf, but I have a commercial break because sometimes work assignments aren't fair, but we do need to pay the bills for a minute. But stick around for the scoop on a bunch
This
more
is
new
the
games
third
afterwards.
shirt
Plus,
I've seen
tomorrow's
him wear
Expo
in
number
this
2
stream.
is Sony's
Somebody
much-anticipated
stop
State of
me!
Play, all about the PlayStation 5. So check back and wherever
I hate his wall.
IGN 1 on your Samsung TV Plus. We'll be right back.
It's not bad enough to be Mystery Science Theater levels of quirky and enjoyable, but it's just like sci-fi wall. It plugs and cables.
As someone who
has
consumed any manner of IGN content, I can tell you, when Greg Miller left, that guy replaced him in most things that Greg Miller did.
That covers all the day's news about games, movies,
Now,
comics, and of course more.
I may not be the hugest fan of Greg Miller, but even to me, that seems like a downgrade.
Yeah, that guy hosted their PlayStation podcast for a couple of years, and their Daily Show-esque video game talk show thing. Yes, they did. I think they still have that, actually.
You gotta stop telling me about this shit while I'm live and filmed. Like, I don't like being mean, but my face isn't gonna lie.
Up at noon?
2020. We'll bring on the experts to discuss and analyze all the latest developments around these new consoles.
See, if I was running a show like that, that'd be great. We'd run out of guests to come represent Xbox because they would all get tired and upset.
So what part of this plan makes sense, please?
Please explain one part. Can we get that guy who was in the room with the Xbox employee goes, well, our next-gen console's called Xbox. This model is the Series X. And we just get him on the show, and it's like, how does it make sense? He goes, I don't know. He said it did, though.
I have $800 cash. I will give it to you, and we'll call it a pre-order if you can give me any cogent reason
IGN.
To buy this fucking box.
I seriously offered Phil $300 to only use the Series X for, what was it, a year, 2 years?
Yeah, I
and he
remember
said
that.
no. Yeah, no one would do that. That's a bad deal.
Custom original content, the best user-generated videos and art,
Come to IGN for other people's shit.
and a whole lot more. Be part of the conversation throughout the year. Follow IGN on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat.
Be sure to follow PlayStation. Once again, every time I see a thing this show, I try to imagine it during like a Sony show.
Part of the Summer of Gaming. Don't forget, all Summer of Gaming long, IGN is asking you to give to the World Health Organization and Bail Project charities. Be sure to click the donation links in the description of your video player or go to donate.ign.com for more information.
You see that thing where a bunch of like it's 5 huge book publishers are suing
Observer
the
is a
Internet Archive?
cyberpunk horror game that was first released back in 2017, and now it's getting augmented, upgraded,
what?
and enhanced with a new code of
No
payment
idea.
thanks to a next-gen release. The fine folks over at Bloober Team
I
are
guess
about to give
safe
us
harbor
a sneak
laws
peek
are
at
fucked.
Observer
I don't know.
System Redux, and you know what? I'm going to be nice and let you look at it too. Take a look.
Fuck you.
Go ahead. You can do it.
Please stop.
Wahoo, Yahoo.
Uh-huh.
So, in your game you jump. Yes. But you're not Mario. Correct. Explain.
That was pretty cool.
I'm Tomasz Bunkowski from the System Redux dev team. Today we'd like to show you an extensive gameplay demo, including
Good
the
thing they
first
have
glimpses
subtitles.
of
I don't
the
understand what
story.
language he's speaking.
But first, let's take a look at how we use the next-gen power to deliver an even more immersive vision of year 2084.
Is this not one of the games that showed up in the Microsoft thing?
I don't think it
Observer
is.
System Redux, we've
This is
revealed
apparently
the
like
visuals
an
from
enhanced
practically every
remaster of a
aspect.
2017
The
game.
uses
I think that's what they were
non-graphic
saying.
assets, including 4K textures,
Ooh.
new high-quality animations and models, as well as upgraded particle effects and simulations. We've also
Let me tell you how well that's
increased
shown on this
overall
1080p
lighting
stream.
quality across the whole game, with the support of HDR and ray tracing, and thanks to such effects as volumetric lights or global illumination, System Redux delivers a much more atmospheric and impressive depiction.
So this is
of the
this
dark
next gen's
cyberpunk
Metro?
Future. Last
Where
but
they're
not
like, we're
least,
releasing
we
it
take
3
advantage of
3
the
years
SSDs
later,
to massively
and now
shorten
looks
loading
good.
times, so that they're mostly unnoticeable for the player. Of course, Observer System Redux will run at 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. Now, let's see the game in action.
I thought that was going to be their logo for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, your logo is eating itself. Never seen a game so perfectly simulate me waking up.
Then. Right now, you're on the trail of the serial
They
killer.
got every detail correct.
Right before you could finish your neural interrogation.
Please missed once.
To find your next lead,
Please
search
be
the
missed.
old-fashioned way.
Oh my.
I'm sorry, did that say Daniel Lizardman?
Daniel Lizardman, CEO of Facebook. Oh fuck! Oh man!
I blacked out. What happened?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
don't ask
no,
me.
who knows?
You'll have to check the footage.
We're hearing this PT sequel suddenly.
I'm gonna ignore you. Starve the video game.
Jesus fuck!
This altar of affection marks the beginning of one of the new storylines added to the system.
3 separate clips of the exact
as this
thing.
cycle is called.
Thank you
tells a
all.
psychotic love story.
Dan, why do you have Klingler half on the walls? Well, sometimes, you know.
Themes.
You just need to store some food, and you need some quick, accessible cling wrap.
Now, however,
Don't worry, it's clean.
You never wanted to show us what your living quarters look like.
Yes, now you know why.
Please don't tell anyone I live this way.
Yeah. Please don't tell anyone. Right?
You need to stop by the Vaporwave store.
My timing is really off today.
Hacking all IPs at once.
656210. We have a third victim. Time of death about an hour ago. Starting forensic analysis.
No, this is like Blade Runner cut with all the with the inner monologue at the end.
Cold fish. That's what she called
Your
me.
detective work is enhanced with two scanners.
Helena Novak, wife of the previous victim, Amir Novak.
EM Visions lets you analyze electronic devices, while Biovision helps you pick up any organic traces and clues.
The neural implants untouched.
Warning. Attempting a necroneural connection is in direct violation of the Postmortem Observation Act of 2061. Authorization denied.
Emergency override. Open maintenance panel.
Warning. Brainwave activity sensor offline. Emergency extraction procedure offline.
Yeah, we got a call, and when we found the dead body, it had some dude jacking off above it.
This better be worth it.
Let's fast forward a bit for the sake of this presentation.
You mean?
After the risky hacking of Helena's dead mind,
Man, that is
closer
low-hanging.
to finding the killer, but starts to experience hallucinations.
This looks exhausting.
This is what happens if someone tried to make Linger in Shadows into a cogent narrative set in a Blade Runner
into the
universe.
physical world, blurring the line between what's real and virtual, which is another of the important issues discussed in the story.
In the future, cops mostly just come, point, and laugh at you. We don't give them guns anymore.
Oh, good.
We hire a lot of really tall women, and they come and laugh at you and say, "How did you get so small?"
I mean, that's the thing we do right now.
I thought those were also cops.
Were they not?
Which Death Stranding trailer is this?
It's like the 15th. Wouldn't he just fucking release
Like
the
the
game?
game came out months ago. Stop putting out trailers. Kojima, please.
God, they are making that DLC.
Dance's got a
Yeah,
vicious
I
message
forgot they
from an
announced that. They were like,
unknown
it's coming to PC,
If
here are
you
these
follow
things.
this
And then a
route,
month or
it
two
will
later,
start
they were like,
another of the new
also
quests
there's more stuff
and
coming.
Signal.
It's like,
These
fucking
new
what?
quests are all designed to explore thought-provoking themes of a future that soon might become our present.
I hope so. You placed it
But
pretty
there are
nearby.
more than that. We're designing a full package along with new puzzles, game mechanics, and mind-bending Dream Eater segments.
La.
With the code
La,
from
la, la, la.
Dan can push forward.
Do you
after
put on the goggles for these Dream Eater segments?
Yes, you put on the candy goggles for these Dream Eater segments. You play as A. Poseman.
Hi, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife.
Talked about it on a stream a while ago. If they did a PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2, it'd be great just to have him Marvel superhero land and then stand up and do that and crack his knuckles.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'd buy it. I'd buy it day one.
Yeah.
That's all they have to show me.
Just put him in Tekken.
Just put him in Tekken. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Just Connor in there with Northern Shaolin Kung Fu for no fucking reason.
He's got like counters and shit where he just grabs their fists. He's like, I don't believe I explained myself.
This concludes today's presentation.
The longer we go in this, the more I feel confident in the Linger in Shadows reference.
We're working on. Observer System Redux comes to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X later this year.
You say 4K 60, you better hold to that. We have people who check that shit.
Yes. Oh, I've seen this cover. I had no idea.
All right, well, to see the Observer trailer again in beautiful, stunning, magnanimous 4K
they had to have the Series X logo and then the stamp.
And for even more Summer of Gaming goodness, download the TikTok app, follow IGN, and check out the hashtag IGN Summer of Gaming, where you can watch along.
It's okay. On the PS5, they're going to have a little badge they put on every game that says "Optimized for 5."
While we're still on the subject of Observer, here's something that I've observed. Segues are very hard to write. That's right, I'm talking about...
You're not latest tech tips, you don't get to use that!
Open world looter shooter. GigaBoots has done a great job supporting the game with a mess of story-driven DLCs, and they've got another one in the works. Our very own Mark Medina talked with the developer about Bounty of Blood.
Coming up tonight, I couldn't segue... What was it? I can't say 5 sentences smoothly to save my life. Coming up tonight.
We're getting our 4th attempt at an interview. I'm scared.
You should be.
This is the one about Borderlands.
Borderlands 3 came out back in September of 2019, and we're already on its 3rd DLC pack, Bounty.
Oh man, I'm pretty gone and dyslexic right now because I misread his name entirely.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm like, Medina's a real last name. I read media with an N next to the D.
Why is this
Media.
DLC to check out if somebody missed the first 2?
Well, Bounty of Blood offers so much in the way of new gameplay objects and a new vehicle called.
You end up playing Borderlands 3, Aggro?
I haven't gone back for it yet, no.
But I'm very excited.
Maybe on PS5, right?
Yeah, like I was waiting for it to come off the Epic Store, and then I was busy with something else.
So now maybe that's kind of how I am. Like I haven't even tried it, and I'm like, yeah, I might try it on the PS5. I don't know.
Maybe
like one day
I
I'll
hate you
open
because
Steam,
I was
it'll be on
thinking that
sale.
exact thing. I'm like, I dropped this shit, but maybe I'll play it again on the PS5.
I mean, shit, man, it worked for Destiny 2. That shit's gonna be 4K 60.
Yeah.
The Devil
Maybe they'll announce full crossplay.
Putting in the vault of glass, Dan. We're going.
So, Blood offers a level boost if you are just starting the game for the first time. How exactly is that going?
In the vault of glass.
God damn
it.
Oh my
You
god.
should have been here for Donkey Kong Country 3. When we were going insane over various...
Yeah,
no,
like,
we've already done it. We can't do it again.
we're good,
no,
and we're not...
It's a past threat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
it's nice.
We accidentally did a stream.
So you don't have to worry about how much you.
It was really good. We went through Halo Month where they stole a Led Zeppelin song for a Halo theme in Halo 2. And then we're going through Donkey Kong Month. They literally stole the same Led Zeppelin song for another theme in Donkey Kong Country 3. And I'm like, no, I'm having a stroke. This can't be the same Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah, Gehenna, again, it's a brutal frontier planet. It was once this company's, long-gone company's testing ground.
Yes, it's canon that Bungie ripped off Donkey Kong Country 3, ripping off Led Zeppelin.
And this whole planet is now overrun by these genetically modified beasts and their keepers.
Could you imagine?
The Devil Rider gang has learned how to tame them. So throughout...
Is it just me, or does the distant, like, mountain geometry not look anything like this?
But also...
Because this has, like,
Yeah,
flat shades and harsh outlines, and then that just looks like a pseudo-realistic mountain.
Half creature and
Yeah.
some,
Yeah,
some
that's
mounted
a little
weaponry
weird.
that's pretty badass. So
Kinda looks like
machine guns, but
Painterly?
Yeah.
hijack some enemy
I misread his name, and I saw it just said Ludovore.
cannon shooter. That's exactly what it's called. Cannon
As someone
pretty
that
good.
eats your piece at Ludo if you're winning.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That split bottom jaw is actually a really effective.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But there's also a mortar launcher you can find.
No, I've not played Ludo yet.
I was gonna say you've been playing Clubhouse games though, right? You played any of that Gamoku?
Yes.
typical Western
Which is
frontier.
not Go.
It's not Go.
Okay.
That's the part that blew my ass out. I was
Yeah.
like,
Is,
what the
is
fuck do you mean?
Gamoku Connect 5?
Very interesting.
Yes.
Yes, it's called
kind of.
5 in a row if you translate directly.
Yes.
We're not going to spoil
Or
today,
the
but
5
there's
points.
a lot of
Yeah.
mystery
Yeah, something like that.
and, Bounty of Blood.
It's tragic
actually
that
is
Aggro
a
has not been trapped with
self-contained
Dan until
story.
7 a.m. to play Clubhouse
Characters
games.
that
I'm glad we agree.
with in this are the Vault Hunters themselves. So every single character in this DLC.
Turns out I'm really, really bad at Nine Men's Morris.
How much does a DLC
Hear me
like
out.
this, when you think about
That thing
bounties,
sucks
how much does
shit.
it offer
What
to be
time?
able
Which
to-
one was Nine Man Morris?
Now we can
Sprinkle in,
say
like,
that with
weekly,
confidence. Dan thinks it sucks shit.
challenges,
I beat him
like,
every
hey,
time.
I need you guys to gather a team,
The Mar-
and, you know, here's the
Okay, I was
bounty.
thinking that was
Like,
that
go get this
weird
person.
harvest seed
there's
one.
already a lot of that.
Oh,
No,
Mancala?
that's Mancala.
Mancala, okay.
Mancala's awesome.
Yeah, Nine
I play
Nine
Mancala all the
Men's
time.
Morris
Shit.
is the Yakuza skill tree marble game.
Yes.
As opposed to like weekly events that our live team works really hard and does an amazing job with, like with
I did not
takedowns
play
and
that one
all of
yet.
Those events. This being a
I beat
campaign
Speed
DLC,
on Impossible,
we
and
do
it gave
have,
me a cool Nintendo-themed card
essentially other bounties
skin.
for special,
So, like, the playing cards in all the games
double
can-
riders that you can. And the cool
I
thing
I did
about
notice
the
that
town
we had
rules,
skins that were
within,
grayed out.
A Bounty of Blood is that they
I have not
changed
played
the
that
town
game for even a
itself.
second single player yet.
So
Mm-hmm.
you,
I did just long enough to be able to beat every difficulty of AI on Gamoku, just because I wanted to figure that out. And then, after I did that, I went and played Renegade, which is Othello, and found out I'm dog shit at it, and understood why Vox sounded like she was being tortured every time me and someone else matched and I won. Because if I'm a dipshit at it, that means the moves the other person who lost were making were even worse somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no!
If you do certain challenges and things for the town, it changes the town in some way. So, this theater challenge, you can find these lost film reels.
Actual question for the
across
chat. I'll try to
the
keep an eye on the
DLC.
chat to see if
Every
anyone
time
responds.
you, find a lost film reel, you can go
Fox
back
says,
into
"What?
the
I
theater
would never."
and see
Gobble,
films.
gobble.
They said they had.
Challenge, you can watch a small
They said they had a live team.
Okay.
What
so
use
I
does
think
Borderlands
everybody's gonna wanna
3 have
know,
for a live team? Are they doing live events? Because as I understood, it was just very similar to Borderlands 2.
We got, you know,
I think the idea
long
behind a live
rifles,
team
we
is
got-
just they're
we
saying
got
that they have people
cool
constantly
pistols,
working
all
on
this-
making
like, what can
content.
we expect?
Yeah, I thought that's what they
I
meant.
think they do like some limited
Western-themed DLC.
limited
Oh, yeah,
time
so
event
we're-
things
yeah,
in the
we're
game.
gonna get
Oh,
Yeah, like
Halloween.
weeklies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they have
it's-
weeklies. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Because when you say a live team, it's usually that.
Yeah.
Something smaller that's regular, not here's a chunk of DLC.
You do have pistols. You can't have
Because
a
we have a word for that.
pistols,
It's called
but
a
not
team.
all the- not all
Yeah,
the
I remember
pistols
they
you
did
find
a holiday event too.
Okay.
Well,
True.
because that didn't make it to
all
Epic Games Store.
sharpshooters.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, it didn't make the Stadia.
We have
That's what it was.
Yes,
Stadia
it
is the
didn't
one
make
that
it to
did not.
Stadia.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Gearbox
Stadia
has recently
canceled Christmas.
rolled out their program where they recover recently deceased employees and reactivate their corporeal forms. So they need to distinguish whether the live team is working on content or the reclamation team is
I
working
see.
on
Okay,
content.
that
It
makes
takes
sense.
a lot of resources to do that, so they just got rid of the bonuses they were going to give everybody so that they could do this method.
And so
Well,
I
it
would
makes sense.
assume
That sort of
the DLC is
magic
gonna
takes a
come
lot of
with
money
all
to
sorts
figure
of
out and research. That's why,
themed
you know,
skins.
certain individuals are always researching magic on company time.
Yeah, badass.
Blood-themed skin pack for the Vault Hunters for sure.
It's cool. She
Okay,
did some
so
sort of
what
like
is-
falling
what is,
stab
like,
with
the
their knife.
one thing
Yeah,
that you're
that's neat.
most excited for.
Did not
people to
expect that
see
from
without spoiling
that
anything?
wielder.
What is like the one thing that you're like, man, I really can't.
What are they
wait till people
updating Diva to just shank people?
That's that's like saying pick one of your 5 children and tell me why they are the best. Well, we've talked about the town. That's
We haven't hit the situation where one of the devs has such a professional audio setup that it shames IGN who's interviewing them.
Our DLC.
That's what I
Gino is a
crave in these events.
brawler with a checkered past, and Rose is our guy.
Be like, hello, I'm the PR person for this
They
fucking
cut to some
developer.
random indie dev with a sure SM7B.
Why, yes, in my indie game, we're gonna be doing some interesting stuff. And the guy from IGN's like,
Patrick Warburton? When did you start making games?
Yeah, I was about to say, why'd you turn to Crunk?
these are good mics to be crunk.
we haven't talked about the narrator.
The Baudelaire
So,
orphan.
this is
Oh, right,
new
right.
for Borderlands.
And then he turned into a shitty
I lost
rock.
my mind when I learned that he's in that shit.
And then he turned into a Vita Borderlands 2 model.
Whether story or context to.
I forgot that was a
So
thing.
we actually have
I
a narrator
keep
character that
resisting the urge to
following
check
us,
it out on the
telling
Vita
us about
TV
the
over
story,
here now that it's
as
hacked to
we're
have
playing.
pixel perfect output.
Mhm.
That's really cool.
That's gonna be some shit.
I'm a gameplay person at heart.
It sounds
I
like
saw someone say that the Switch is basically filled with Vita Borderlands 2 in regards to its third-party offering.
I feel bad shortchanging it that much, but at the same time, I really feel where they're coming from. That Outer Worlds thing's kind of rough. Outer Worlds? Outer Wilds.
Outer Worlds.
Outer
Yeah,
Worlds.
yeah, Outer Worlds.
We're still I'm still doing it.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, the right one.
MK11's on sale on Switch. Pick it up.
What is? Mortal Kombat 11?
Yes.
But core exploder, you melee it.
I hear that game has frames.
So,
It does.
You can
the
count 'em.
Breezer is kind of like a jump
Forgot
pad
you
that
had that
pops
Vita
a
TV
sword
thing.
into the
Yeah.
air.
Which
And
means
then
I forgot that
Artella's
you have
hour,
access to maybe the greatest way to
essentially
play
a teleporter.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
We've used these in challenges and some
Potentially.
on Earth.
in the main story missions. It's probably my favorite.
Turns out when you blow it up to a screen,
Yeah.
you get to see the shortcomings of the PSP/Vita's PS1
gameplay element.
mode, and as it turns out, that's all those games ever were. Those are PS1 games running in an emulator. The same emulator, I know, because they all look identical. So like Valkyrie Profile, Mega Man Legends, yeah, they just retroactively coded
Bounty of Blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they
the Onion
changed-
Knight and other stuff.
Yeah,
to,
they mess with a bunch of numbers and change the aspect ratio.
I booted it. I guess they changed the aspect ratio, but yeah, there's a real what I'm trying to get at is there's a really rough looking pixel blur on it.
Yeah, no,
that just made me go.
That's that game. They got that N64 blur.
Yeah,
Man, there's so many games trapped
by the PS5. Is that what you're
China's PSP and other things like that? Like they never made it off.
Yeah, if only there was a PSP emulator that the PS5 could just run.
Make noise in the chat.
That'd be pretty neat.
I would shit my pants.
I don't know.
That's literally.
You know the drill. When we come
Everyone's
back, we'll be
always like,
exploring
man,
the
I
melee,
really
so
wish
stay
it
tuned.
could play PS3 games, and I'm like, that would be great, but you know what would be better? I had to do a lot of shit to get this Vita TV to look good. It would be so much better if it just a PS5 played it.
You just get a thing you plug into the USB, and then you put your UMDs in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's one of the stacks on the V is the UMD drive.
One of the stacks on the.
It's got like 5 goddamn disk drives.
So on this bingo card, which we have yet to release, there are 2 slots. Somehow, through randomly shuffling these ended up in the same line horizontally, which is killing me. One of them.
We're live every Monday through
One of them is the PS5 it looks like a PS2. The other one is the PS5 is shaped like a V.
Twitch.tv/IGN.
I'm like, what if it's both?
If you're not following IGN on social
With the free
media,
square, that's
what are you waiting
3/5 of that line done.
Constantly updating our feed to bring you the latest news.
It's going to be unwinnable.
It really is. But that's the humor.
I think it'll be hard to even get 4, like 4 crossed off on the card.
Well, KZ, that depends.
Throughout the year.
You think they're announcing Layer 2?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat.
I won't speak it, but that one that clearly Bob came up with that was on the top right of the card is the worst.
Yeah, no, that one's. I'm like, Bob, you can see how stupid this square is from space.
Yes, but it's open to interpretation. It could just be anything close.
The developers as they react to
Layer 2, second layer.
I don't know. There was running.
Through a game it took years of their life to create.
Yes,
Join us
that's what I'll
Saturday
take.
for a new episode.
The next generation of video gaming is on the horizon, and IGN is here to bring you the latest.
I'm really glad you put the same commercial advertising your shit in your live stream like 6 fucking times.
Yeah, no, it's great. That's what I want to
Hey, if
hear
you're just
every
tuning in, here's the Xbox Series X
If you're just
and a
tuning in,
controller for
God.
PlayStation.
What good does this do them or anyone?
My favorite part is they keep showing that leaked photo of the back of the Xbox Series X where people noticed the hard drive port in it.
Yeah.
For the external memory card, and they have a red box drawn around it. And I'm like, Now, I haven't seen IGN's coverage of that leak and how intelligent it was, but I assume it's rock fucking bottom stupid and they have no idea what they're talking about. Because every time I'm at IGN and it's about tech, they're smashing rocks together.
Sydney,
telling you video game graphics will not advance.
Yeah.
Am I really good at smashing rocks together, or does the rhythm of the rock smashing adjust itself to my skill level?
Flickering around me while I wistfully dream of a simpler time when classical party-based role-playing games were bountiful and aplenty. And then I remember the upcoming classical party-based role-playing game, The Waylanders.
I regret
and all is
opening
right
my
in the
eyes.
world.
I hate that you said that to very thing. Because now I can't stop thinking about it.
It's okay. Nobody can
keep
stop
those
him
donations
either.
Coming, but also let's take a look at the Waylanders.
Despite how many times he asks him to.
The Waylanders is a classically inspired RPG that took its first steps on Kickstarter back in 2018 and has been steadily picking up.
This man's just doing a Brandon Jones
I recently got to
impersonation.
check out an alpha build of the game ahead of its early access launch to explore its fantastical take
Why
on the Celtic Age.
did you give
And
us
yes,
that
means
bad
it is still
trailer
very much a work in progress.
at the
Bugs are
top of the
still being
show?
discovered and weeded out, in-engine
Go on.
cutscenes and conversations
And then
still
now
lack
we're doing a
animation
whole
and
segment on it.
and plenty of items and abilities in the
Because
descriptions.
you're in hell.
Did IGN hire some guy who used to work for TV? Because shit like this is how you do TV.
Yes.
The Waylanders is a unique blend of historical
I can see how they want the cool, they're like your big fancy trailers up front, and then you get more nitty gritty. But that big fancy trailer was really, really ghetto, so it didn't work.
Yeah.
Some of that magic becomes corrupted. And how our
This is the strangest one because usually it's like a trailer of a game, then a hands-on like showing you the game. But the way they presented that title card implies it's an IGN guy's impressions of playing it.
Yeah, no, that's the weird part.
Yeah.
It comes off as like when a YouTube influencer clearly took money and is pretending they played a game. Now, I'm not normally one for mobile games.
I knew it. I knew it. I almost said it, but I shut the fuck up. I'm like, he's gonna go into it.
I've heard so many of them like, I don't usually play mobile games. Like, oh, I don't do this on the first date.
But Raid Shadow Legends came in hard.
Selecting which characters in your party are part of the game formation provides an extra layer of strategy too.
I'm really digging this UI from 2004.
Yeah, that's atrocious.
The only good ad for Raid Shadow Legends ever was the one by the Internet Historian.
Yes.
Because at the beginning of the video, he goes, "You're going to be hearing about my friend Rady Shady later, so look forward to that." And then he talks about how Raid Shadow Legends help him get over his dead wife. It was like, this is amazing.
And that goes for the Waylanders.
I don't know. Scott the Waz's Raid Shadow Legends video, in which he was not sponsored but tried to get sponsored by doing a sponsor read, was pretty good.
So that they'll basically take care of themselves when you want to focus on playing as one character.
I mean, that probably was pretty good. I like Scott the Waz stuff. How many fucking days does this IGN Expo last? I sincerely hope this isn't 5 days straight of nothing. 3?
3.
It'll be 3 days straight of nothing. Thank you for the follows, by the way.
But the third day, we get that trailer for 13 Sentinels.
I mean, it'll really help when, one, that. 2, when the PS5 is shown, so third-party, publishers can come here and show things, and even Sony can come here and show things. Like, for example,
you might to believe Bob when he says that suddenly IGN will secure cool video games after tomorrow.
So we keep talking about how like Xbox did their thing, right? And how it said it was gameplay and it wasn't. And they tried to show too early. This is IGN's version of that, where they're showing before the PS5 has been unveiled, so they can't show some of the... And it's still better.
Yeah, this is better than that Xbox show.
And that's sad.
Metallic eyes sit across the table from Greek adventurers and Celtic kings, while the quote-unquote monstrous...
They have good cameras.
...of Irish folklore are surprisingly
Somber Tap?
their childlike...
So which thing was 13 Sentinels?
That's the new thing from the Dragon's Crown guys.
Yes! The Waylanders looks to be an engaging take on the
like,
which
whereas
rarely
yeah,
gets the spotlight in media
got like
as it
giant
is.
robots,
And
high
I'm intrigued to
schoolers.
see where it ends up once
Might
it
be a
gets
visual novel.
released. Gato Studios is clearly invested in creating
This description has been an emotional roller coaster.
With a fresh take on RPG systems and its unique world, we'll gladly keep checking back throughout early access to see how it's shaping up.
I believe most times it comes up on Big Think is, hopefully it comes over here. It's not a real video game. I'm gonna buy it. Hopefully they make a real video game one day.
Yeah, that's usually how the structure of that segment is. We just are losing our minds, like, please bring it to us. I hate it, but please. It looks so pretty.
They're so precious.
They need to stop showing this guy.
Yes.
They have to stop showing this guy.
He's real. We can't stop him. Oh man, is this exclusive?
He's gonna tell us about how games will never look better, Bob. That's the guy.
Of course it's that guy. I should be able to look at his face and be like, it's you.
Man, I really do miss Alien Swarm.
Yeah, right? Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
I like that RTS map we have at the bottom.
I think this is just... Is this StarCraft Ghost? Is that what that is?
Jesus, chat. I can't wait for tomorrow when Sony NTR's Xbox.
Oh,
thank you, Appendice.
Oh my god. Yeah, please check your tags.
Tag NTR story arc.
One of our buildings has been destroyed.
Is this just top-down Alien Swarm style point defense?
Yeah, I guess so.
I am on board for this.
I wonder if you actually have to build out these defenses or if this is kind of like a pre-made structure.
I mean, yeah, it looks RTS
Maybe that thing
building.
says day 5 on it on the bottom right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we might be like tower defense, but you get to run around in the back shooting guys too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks cool. What's it doing here? Hey, we had that dinosaur one.
That's true.
Give it a minute. We're going to see the
Oh
same 5
god, we
minutes.
did. I
next
thought that
time.
was yesterday. This is awful.
IGN to watch the full extended version of this gameplay.
Wall destroyed.
They're like, this is too interesting. We're gonna go ahead and cut.
Also, should I tag tomorrow's PS5 stream NTR?
Yeah.
NTR, Mind Break.
That was Tom
Yes!
Moss's survival game, The Rift Breaker. Wait,
Brian, you're
still
not
here?
allowed to talk to other
Well,
humans anymore.
It's time for GTFO.
Not
That's
not
me
until you
being rude
silver
or
up,
kicking you
Boro.
out. That's
Please.
actually a video game name that I'm going to tell you about right now. GTFO is a survival horror first-person shooter.
It's amazing. They
Oh,
stopped showing
God,
gameplay of that
game.
one, and I want to see more.
You blast the crap out of a bunch
Weird.
of unthinkable horrors while exploring the depths.
They're gonna
of
show
a
off
creepy
GTFO.
facility. Video games, aren't they great?
Wasn't that a PS2 game?
Every time I start listening to what he's saying, I get punched in the brain.
For a moment there, I thought it said Vin Diesel because I just really quickly glanced at it and I was like, what if they just used fake celebrity names to just close enough to trick you?
Add it to the PS5 bingo thing. New Riddick game.
They said this is a free update to something?
Yeah, this is the game GTFO.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was shown at like one of the Game Awards, not this last one.
So about that last game.
I mean, like, I'm always down for this type of game. This one just looks a little overwrought.
This is from ex-devs from Payday.
Knew it.
Apparently it's a 9-person team making this game in Unity.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's a 9-person team-based shooter.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
fuck
that's
me.
nine's a lot. Okay, that's an interesting twist. Oh, it's 9 people making it. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if there's anything Operation Raccoon City has taught me, maybe don't make anything in Unity.
That's fair.
That was me.
Maybe PS5 and Xbox Series X will have the power to make Unity run.
Yeah, that doesn't make their netcode good.
No. And no one said that, but you can get that netcode from some other service.
Sure.
Give a roll back.
They're like, we upgraded Unity to support physically based rendering and all these other things, and I'm like, oh cool, looks pretty. Still
the design of this gun. Oh god, yeah.
Oh my god.
I was gonna make a joke about missing the multiplayer from Resistance 2, and then that happened.
And then that happened, and it was literally that. Kind of pissed Resistance 2 doesn't have an offline competitive multiplayer thing. Like, when you try to do competitive multiplayer in that, it just shits its pants because it's trying to hit online.
Yeah. So this looks sufficiently neat.
Yeah, it looks neat. Payday's never been my thing.
Payday, but what if the cops were aliens?
Wait, are the cops aliens, or...? I guess. I guess that's the bit.
It's just a weird shot. It's like this weird, like, pseudopod tongue came out of his head. It's like, ugh.
This is a song that plays when Bruce Wayne climbs up out of that pit, right?
So this is going on longer than the last one that was actually interesting to watch.
That thing had a tardigrade face.
This is why we gathered these people to provide commentary. These are the...
Well, you see, this is an extended one because the previous one was a part of the Tom Marks wants to show you a cool video game segment.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and this is the Brian Altano as my paralysis sleep demon. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Sleep paralysis. Ain't it great, huh?
Yeah, I feel trapped.
Have you tried DMT?
For a minute, I thought you said Brian Boitano.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not here,
yeah,
Dan.
no, I spent...
But what would he do if he were here?
Probably kick an ass or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Brian Boitano do.
Yeah. No, I spent about 10 years there hearing Brian Altano, and I'm like, that's not that guy's name.
As someone who's listened to a decent amount of podcasts from many of the hosts here, I have to wonder, are they all on drugs for the show?
I have to imagine someone's giving them the worst stage direction and feedback possible, and them working out of their homes is making them unbelievably nervous.
These people have been given notes.
I have never seen them so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Actually, I have. In the woman they have hosting this hosted one of the Xbox podcasts, and Ryan McCaffrey looks like an alien. He's like, it was great having her host. Some people were wondering why I wasn't the host there. Is it, yeah, some contract stuff.
Oh, some contract.
It was because that was their post-show podcast after the Xbox Series X gameplay stream.
Oh, that's rough.
Man, that's stupid.
Yeah, why would
people
you?
at IGN should have their shit together enough to not. Hey, we need to cover Xbox. Have the person who covers things after things instead of the Xbox person do it.
Yeah, that's insane. Because she's probably not good at anything. It's from just from what we've seen today.
I mean, honestly, I've seen things with her that weren't terrible.
It's not over yet, so don't forget to check us out tomorrow for Expo number 2.
I've only seen her in content when it's like live event stuff.
State of Play conference, where I think they're going to talk about a small system called the PlayStation 5. Finally.
That would be nice. And don't forget, all summer long,
Alrighty
then. The World Health Organization.
I hate you. How have I not realized that he's just
COVID-19 response fund
Jim Carrey?
Studying, tracking, and combating the coronavirus pandemic. Maybe you've heard
I'm
of
sorry,
it.
I invited you into my
I
hellish
don't know
mind
why you
state.
thought that was the right call. Morally, ethically, spiritually.
I have no quarters, so you must come in.
Yeah, but by donating, you'll have a chance to win codes.
Did
for
you know
games
his
like
brand
Resident 3 and
is
swag
wearing
from
Hawaiian
companies
shirts,
like
by the way?
So be sure to check out the donation links in
We
the
should get
descriptions
Eric
of our
over, get
video
him to
player,
review
or go
his
to
Hawaiian shirts.
donate.ign.com for more
Someone's
information
got palm
on
trees,
how
pretty
and
good.
where to give.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, we are exploring
The end?
Mortal Shell, the debut game from Cold Symmetry.
Oh,
This
cool.
is an
Isn't that-
action RPG
Yeah,
with
yeah,
tense,
that
deliberate
Souls
combat,
thing.
Dark
punishing
Souls thing?
enemies, set in a terrifying hellscape.
It's
for
like an
players
indie
to
dev that's
explore
working
at
on
their
it, so
own
it's
risk.
one of the first
We've got an
games.
exclusive trailer followed by your first look at gameplay, complete with developer commentary. And if you like Souls-like
That's
games
right,
as much
Bub.
as
We
do,
have the
you will
first
not
look
wanna miss this.
continuing with epic gameplay and somber tapestries.
I'm really glad Scorn hasn't showed up. We didn't need that one more nail.
Go to scorn-game.com for more info.
I do.
I do.
I need it to perfectly be that conference, but real. Because Mortal Shell was there too, wasn't it?
I don't think Mortal Shell was there. Mortal Shell like showed up a week before just online.
There was some
in a
other
trailer.
Souls-like thing that sort of showed up, and
Mortal Shell's the
Was
thing
that
you
Baldo?
featured on the
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Whoa.
When you did that one segment.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. Where it was the best of the 3 trailers we watched.
Please keep showing me single animations at a time. That's how you know the game runs well.
Yes.
Don't worry, we're gonna get into the actual gameplay. It's gonna look like a nightmare.
Join
I mean-
Discord for beta access.
It's got sick ass art design.
Huh, that's actually an interesting concept.
Better than drop.
What is this?
We're going back to Colorado.
Mortal Shell is an action RPG announced earlier this year that has fans of a certain notoriously difficult game very excited. Right now, I'm joined by the fine gentleman from developer Cold Symmetry. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
To what could he be referring?
Oh, he's referring to a game where you prepare to die edition.
This game looks awesome. People are really stoked about it. Let's start with the shells from the title. What are these shells?
So this is 100% a group of people
The
who,
shells
like
are,
me,
the
were really
playable
sad that
characters in the
Deep
game.
Down went away.
Through inhabiting them, you learn more about who they were. You get in touch with their abilities.
Don't worry, we'll see you tomorrow.
But first, you must learn their names.
Bob, when you can
Yeah,
literally
and
see the
what you see
future,
on the
it's
screen
mean
is,
to make jokes like
Harris,
that
is one of the first
and
shells
play
we
with
are showing
people's
from there,
hearts.
Seeing this gameplay happen, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's a little too direct, you know?
Their abilities.
Whatever, maybe
their
it has
abilities-
okay
each of their abilities
hitboxes.
are tied
I
in
mean,
with
the
their
animations
storyline,
look a
so you
lot
might
better,
have
so that's
someone
doing
who's an
something for me.
executioner and someone who's a poisoner, and so you'll get, to as you get to know who they were when you unlock their storyline. You see here that we're learning who this shell was, what their name was. And each time you unlock,
We're
a
learning
little
that
bit
this
more
Kong
about
is in
their
fact
history,
one shell of a
you
guy.
get, you acquire one of their abilities as well.
No.
There was a text thing when he went up to her that said snip something, and I was just like,
She was just exploding cans. Monster. Good lord.
Four unique mortal shells that you can
Ach, mein Thurston.
if you can find them.
Indeed, yeah, and indeed they do provide different play styles, and as a matter of fact, each shell might
Yeah, at some point here, David Hayter shows up. That's going to be the most awkward interview I've ever seen with David Hayter, and I've watched a lot of con videos of David Hayter with random fans.
Roll a certain way. Now the shell can only execute.
So the interviewer for this segment, because I always have a fun fact about IGN hosts. Review Resident Evil 2 remake.
And as you learn more about their past in terms of
He did a Resident Evil 2. He did a Resident Evil 2 remake review where he scored it low because he did Leon A and Claire A and said there was no new content.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And said the game didn't tell him anything about it.
So you mentioned if you can find all these shells, are they sort of
Stop,
doled out
Casey.
throughout the entirety of the game, or is it possible to get all four of them
they
at the
need to
beginning
stop.
of the game, so you
Every
can use them
person
throughout the entire game?
working at IGN
They're
is
hidden throughout the
completely
world. It is close to the
incompetent. It's
beginning,
insane.
so that
It's
you
been that
can,
way
so
for the
that
last
you'll be able
decade,
to, kind of
easily.
choose one
Yeah,
to
since its
which
inception.
Yeah, no,
plays out the
IGN's always
best.
been a joke.
So it's like a
Fairly
brand
early on,
identity
but-
thing.
I
but
guess,
you will have
yes.
to kind of scour that initial area.
Did you know it stands for Informed Gamer Network?
Now, in the announcement trailer,
Are you fucking kidding
was
me?
released earlier this year,
No,
it
it's
looks like
real.
there was a scene
Oh my
where we saw the
God.
player get knocked
That's
out
where
of the
there was
shell.
always jokes of
Is
the
that something that
ignorant
can happen
gaming
during
network.
combat?
You can't spell ignorant without IGN.
You get knocked out of your shell. you're
More
into this
toxic
vulnerable
gaming.
state. It can
That
kind of
was
have tactical
a really
advantages, but the big disadvantage is that you only have 1 HP.
Scripted event.
when
Yeah,
you're in
that looked
state.
fluid.
So you have to be super
Yes.
careful. Yeah, you can get back into the shell a limited number of times, but yeah, you've got to really manage.
Am
your
I
HP,
just
manage your stamina, and
an
explore
artistic
all the
asshole when
tactics there.
I got upset when the first question they asked him, so tell us about the shells.
Even
I was like,
play through the game without any shells at all. Like if you really want to.
Fuck you.
That's always an option.
Yeah, in fact, there's like a secret spot.
It's like
that,
when we
hope one of
I
those,
think with the
more hardcore
Tenchu
players who really
armchair
find the
devs when I
challenge
just
find.
asked KZ
When you
immediately, okay,
like,
what's
sort of
this?
officially
And it
win
ruined
the
his
game
entire
for-
pitch.
You renounce the
Yes.
all the shells. It even changes your skin. and
Wabbit
it's like,
season.
alright, it's on now. You're gonna leave in the age.
You're like, all right, my first question for you, KZ. Why are you going to lose?
These types of games definitely have.
That guy ripped his head off and threw it at you.
One moment, need to write that down.
No!
Like a no-shell playthrough.
My answer will be,
Sure, yeah.
Dan never picks me.
So you're being upfront that this is a Souls-like game.
It'll be weird because
what
that'll be
made you
the
decide,
episode hosted by
to make
David
this kind of
Jaffe.
game?
I mean, I guess for us it was never
I'm
even
leaving.
a question what kind of game we're gonna do, because we all are fans of these games. We enjoy playing them. We love the meaning and the philosophy that they have inside. So we just wanted to do something that we would play ourselves, and hopefully other people will enjoy too.
I mean, the first
Yeah.
time I went over to Vitaly's house, he had this LED screen on his fridge that was, yeah, I'm going there, which was rotating the armor sets, rotating the armor sets from Dark Souls 3. Like it was pictures of his pets or his kids or something, you know, and then right after that, we had a 2.5-hour conversation about debating
How much
the
we
merits
both
of
really love
nihilism.
Dark Souls, and that makes us kindred
I heard that wrong,
spirits.
right?
No.
I heard that wrong that this dude had an LED screen on his fridge cycling through Dark Souls armor.
No, you heard
Dark
that
Souls game
correctly.
was really, in a way, like a life changing for me. Not just because, like, you know, those are fun
They're like
games, but
kindred
really
spirits.
the-
You know, you never meet
the
someone who
sense
likes
of,
Dark Souls.
like the
you know?
overcoming
You see, I'll have an
struggle,
OLED
struggle,
screen
the journey
cycling
that you
through
go through, and
Kingdom
how
Hearts
sort of, like,
gameplay
character
clips I got off
those
the
experiences
PS4.
are. So in a way, what really happened for us also as a studio,
just
we
normal
really
It's just
thing.
keyblades.
bonded,
It's just
also,
cycling through
and, you know,
keyblades.
No, it's
over
just
this
those fake
shared
tweets
passion,
from
and we
3.
became real life friends as well.
Oh my
And,
god.
you know,
Cross
find
fading
something
into one
their
another.
own understanding
Hashtag
games, and now we know
decade
it's
in
a
the
genre
dark.
that is here to stay.
You know,
and
we
we
didn't
thought
have
it
enough
was
time to
something,
look at them on
to
the load
say
screens.
in this realm as well. And,
I didn't need them in my life.
This kind of genre is just more than that. Just
That's going to be a real problem on the PS5.
No, you see, you have
So
to
which
press
of the
X
Souls
to
games
leave
were
the
the
loading
biggest
screen. They
inspiration
knew.
So,
I would say it's probably
here's
different for
something
each and every
fun
of
to
us.
think about.
Like we have a broad selection.
let's say
of,
that the
games
solid-state
we
drive
like
solution in the
Souls
PS5
like
is
genre,
vastly
but,
faster than the
like, for me
Xbox.
personally,
We've seen load times
I really
on
love the really old
this
one
gen
called Blade of
games.
Darkness.
That thing on his
It's
back
maybe
was
like 20 years old, even more.
Was
But
it loot?
it looks like the game
evidently.
you start with when you first try Souls, like
Oh,
is
yeah,
favorite
Demix
normally
time.
for people, at least among us. So yeah.
Finally.
The Souls
hate
before.
you.
I believe that's a sitar.
I hate him.
Yeah, like before the term was even coined.
You're right,
This
and
is
also
the original
great
Souls
thread,
and,
by the way.
I think, you know, for some,
No,
I think Dimitri,
incorrect.
you said what other games you said like they even.
It's
before
great.
Dark
I've
Souls.
retweeted every one of them.
So what I was going to say is if the PS5 like completely demolishes load times, right?
Yeah.
The Series X isn't quite as good. Based on clips they've shown of Xbox One games and the load times thereof or whatever.
And it was even
That means devs will likely not put as much time into load time design as they did this gen, because one of the two consoles doesn't load basically at all, and the other one loads a little bit.
Right.
What I'm going to say is we have a fun generational change where one of the consoles doesn't have load screens and the other one's going to have the most half-assed load screens we've seen in decades.
The brutal atmosphere, what it brings to.
Here's the logo for the game, Push A, and it's like,
So
wow.
So you're
early
saying the
PS3.
PS5 will
Going
have
back
less
to
content?
sort of why we decided is also like there's some elements in the
Why are you
older,
so
you know,
anti-consumer?
original Souls,
This
like,
game
the
took
first
me
Dark
2
Souls
hours
and
longer
Souls,
to beat on the
like, that's
Xbox.
kinda
It's
like
clearly
not really
more
the,
value there.
Sort of
Don't
I've read
forget,
game
the
reviews.
Lockhart won't have an
and some of the other
SSD.
elements
Shut the
that
fuck
would
up
be
about
really cool to take
Lockhart.
those
I
ideas
know
and
it's in the
evolve them, which
Windows
is
code
new,
now. I don't want to
something that
think
we were
about it.
passionate about and felt confident that we can evolve on that formula and bring something new to
I'm
the
just
to the
imagining
table.
a frozen loading circle in the bottom right corner.
So tell us about.
Just imagining
the
a
world
Dan Brown
of
book
Mortal
called The
Shell.
Windows Code.
What is this place? What happened here? And what is the player trying to accomplish?
Well, what exactly happened and what the
Does it
players
take
tried to
place in
accomplish,
2101
we're
or
gonna
like, and it's
try
about
not to
Silicon
spoil
Valley
things just
people?
yet.
Yeah, in
buried a treasure.
generally,
it
we can
starts in
say that,
2101,
the player's gonna
right at
find
the
themselves
outset
in
of
this
global conflict.
world that
Yes, that's
was,
when that starts.
Right at the beginning.
By this influence of the
The
so-called,
impact of
what we
every
call
hit
it,
here seems
in-
really
internally,
bad.
like,
It kind of
we define
does,
away
yeah.
with
In
like
that there
this-
is no
this
impact.
substance that has
It's not
almost like
causing the
magical
enemies
kind
to
of
flinch in
abilities
any
that is
way.
created
It's just
and
eventually they
produced within
die.
the sacred glands of this godlike creature they revered, the sacred nectar.
Jay Flores
And
in
this
chat
sacred
says,
nectar
"What's
is
your
pretty much
boggle,
the
Dan?"
Sort of the root of all conflict in the world is
The
main
Lockhart.
currency that the player's gonna use to,
It's like they
you know,
repackaged
to-
an
to
Xbox One
develop
X and went,
their
"It's
combat
next
abilities
gen
in their
now."
shell, but it's also what other
Yeah, but you
players
see, the Lockhart will be just as expensive as the PS5, so it'll make sense.
So the boss pulsed his weird sitar.
But in general, like speaking, if we baseline it, in the game, everybody.
I like this is that this boss is just a giant pyramid head, but his head's more like a snoot.
Player, but also like other NPCs
Yeah,
or other like creatures.
till we got up close, I thought it was like a crocodile
search
face.
for meaning.
Right.
Some of them
Oh,
have,
oh,
some
his
of them
head's a
don't,
cage,
but-
so it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Mikolash and
He's trying to get
Bloodborne.
eyes on the inside.
What can you tell us
No,
about
it's
this enemy
nothing
that
like
we're,
Bloodborne,
seeing in
Casey.
combat
Why
right
would
here?
you say that?
Well, in general,
Oh,
when
my
it comes
bad.
to enemies, we try to
I was
approach
watching
it
a
in way
predictions
where
video
every
for what's
enemy
going to
has
happen at the
something
PS5
about them,
event
something
brought to you
special
by
about
Modern
them,
Vintage
and
Gamer
one
earlier
kind of
today.
important kind
He
of
used
design
60
hook
frames per second
idea,
footage
right? And
made by a
also,
YouTuber lying
obviously,
about
has
an
to be
emulator
integrated in the level
that
of the game, but
upsampled
maybe
it
about this
temporarily
particular
to
fella,
60 frames per second
who's
instead of
quite
using the
unique
real
and
60 frames per
maybe
second hack
you
made
can
by
tell
that
us
other
more about
guy.
this
It was a good
was
clip
fun
to show.
Make a design for
It's like,
this
oh,
one.
cool,
We
my
have a
TV's in the
few
wrong
different
mode.
versions before we hit the style, but the main idea that we had in mind is like we want to create.
Oh, he's running away. They scared him.
Crazy beast, something like a huge hungry bear on steroids. So
The most important thing you need to know
Yeah,
about
'cause,
my
like, you
game.
know, it's rare when you see a very well balanced combination of both power, like raw power,
You
and
got to keep that air of
speed.
mystery, Dan.
And
You got to
it's
leave them
hard to
wanting
get
more.
this thing right, and, you know,
Volume.
That should have started back at what are the shells? I just we haven't seen him use the shells since this whole thing started. Well, the shells seem to be like checkpointish things that are also beings he talks to, right?
Well, they also do that thing that he splits into two people.
Yeah, no, they just did that in this boss fight.
Did they?
Yeah, he got the soul
Not
knocked out of him.
only
The thing was
point
standing
is
there. You can see
player
the meters
too.
gone.
So it fits together by the end like a Lego pieces. But
I just my ass was blown out by the fact they were literal. I'm sorry. I assumed they were not.
So how big
What,
and how
Mortal
open
Shell?
is this world?
You didn't think
I
that
don't-
was literal?
I did. I assumed Mortal Shells in this case was like more thematic.
Nah.
Is there a thing in Dark Souls called the Dark Souls?
Yes. The Dark Soul, yeah.
When I say compact,
Okay.
I feel maybe
Okay.
it's like deep enough.
Wait, let's go back further.
Of thinking that Dark Souls was actually smart.
No, I did not do that for even a second. But two more questions, very important. Is there a Demon Souls in Demon Souls?
I
don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is there a King's Field in King's Field?
Probably.
Who knows? That's not a real video game.
What you should be asking
And
is
the
there a
entire
Neo
experience
in the
takes
Neo?
around 20 hours. I think that we tried to keep
Yes.
every moment meaningful. Like we're not going to send
Dan,
you around on quests.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
In relation to the PS5 event.
Yeah.
We don't even
Taking this from that Easy
we don't
Allies
really even
video.
tell you what to do. It's kind of up to you.
Will we
And,
hear a
there's
variation
lot
of the
to
phrase
explore.
transports you
could
into the
probably
game
mention
world
roots
under 3
of, like,
times?
earlier Souls titles like Dark Souls 1, where we don't give you fast travel right away, right? So you've
Yes.
definitely got no mini map. So you're having
Vox,
to
I swear to fucking
constantly,
Jesus, stop doing this!
memorize where you are in the environment.
do this.
She's done it
As a
twice
result, you
while
get
I've
to
been
know it super
streaming.
well.
Sorry, everyone. I have to go shut down Steam. Please tolerate me doing this. Thank you, Voxandra, from twitch.tv/Voxandra.
Like we have one big open area, and then the levels that connect to it, and you can choose where to go in any order. It doesn't matter, but
You better not show up in chat after doing that.
It always feels like an adventure, like where you have to commit before you go somewhere in some new area. It might be tricky for you, like you might find it difficult, so you might want to get back and like rebalance, like maybe choose another shell, pick another weapon, and try with that. But we try to
Yeah,
make
there
it,
is a Sekiro in
look like every time
Sekiro.
you decide to go somewhere, it's a commitment and it's adventure and journey that
You
you have
are
to.
the second, bro.
you can and in fact die twice.
Suffer,
But
Dan,
I gotta ask you, was there a tenchu in
tenchu
the tenchu?
Yes.
Like that lost feeling.
Was there any amount of divine retribution?
You're gonna feel really good about not just about the game, but about yourself too. And I think that
It'll
we
make you
all
feel
have
good about
gone
yourself.
through
That's
kind
what our
of
game's
similar
about.
You come back
process
from
through
dying and it's
playing
like, hey,
similar
buddy,
titles that we felt
you'll get
were,
it this
you know,
next
they were
time.
really meaningful to us personally.
Looks like
that's not what a Souls game is like. They're like, hey, buddy, of course that happened. You need to stop trying.
Guy in the announcement trailer
And you
actually
go, what? Fuck that guy.
Bring the glands back to me. The glands.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
What's that all about?
The sacred glands. Vitaly mentioned them earlier. You know, they're really critical to the plot of Mortal Shell, what you're doing in the world. You know, where there are forces fighting over these things.
You think there's going to be an Elder Ring in Elder Ring?
So you're going to have to
Elden Ring
and find out for yourself.
I can only assume.
I think they were
It is
crafting
the
it
Elden
in that
Ring.
trailer.
Who was the woman in the mask?
They were.
But is that in the game?
Sister Janessa. She introduces.
I've seen Dark Souls 2 footage before it came out, and that lighting system was not in the game.
The juice to drink. And that
I forgot about that trailer.
Is what helps you bond
That
with
shit
your
was
shell,
insane.
Yeah.
get to know them better, unlock their
Raw.
abilities. You know, like I mentioned earlier, all the shell's abilities are tied in with their stories. So I think that's something that we do that's pretty cool.
You ever see those videos where they're like,
So
we're going to
what's,
put a bunch
the
of rubber
current release
bands on a
plan
thing
for
until it
Mortal Shell?
crushes it?
Do you have a release window that you're targeting?
Yeah.
I haven't seen an IGN
So we've
host yet
announced
that I wouldn't
Q3.
also want to
There'll
see
be
that
more
done
info
too.
coming on that.
No!
Yeah, we're excited to.
I
to
like
share that
Max
with you when it's
Scoville,
time.
also known as
Mortal
Jim
Shell is
Carrey.
looking awesome. I
Yeah,
know
the
our
Jim
audience
Carrey
is
guy
super
seems like the
excited
best
for
one
it.
here.
Before we go, real quick,
The
I believe
others
you have
don't
a
seem.
special
Do you mean
awful.
actually good or enjoyably bad?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
actually
starting
good.
the beta.
in
Except
all.
the best one
asked
here.
what-
You're right.
You'll be playing the Crypt of Martyrs. Come and join us in the Discord and see what it's all about.
He didn't
Very
go,
cool.
so
Yeah.
this gameplay of Yakuza
It'll be on
is the
PC.
person playing it Japanese.
Guys, thank you so much for joining me today.
I might have died if he did.
Great, thanks a lot.
I might be dead
Before we
right
go, let's
now
take
if that
one more
happened.
look at the new trailer for Mortal Shell.
I do not deserve absolution.
You don't need to show another trailer of it.
We just
Seems to be the
sink in.
one they showed before, yeah.
Yeah, he just said
They-
it again.
Yeah. It's really,
Yeah, this is some TV ass shit.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird because they aren't really showing ads.
No, they just have their own ads.
Yeah.
There's a reason we all stopped watching TV. I fucking love that red guy who's got the tiny guy just for holding the shield.
Yeah.
Quaid. Stop.
Maybe
the
people were a little
reactor.
too harsh on the Lords of the Fallen devs.
I'm trying to imagine
No.
what that means.
They were the original. We're gonna try and make
Holy
Dark
moly,
Souls.
Mortal Shell looks
Yeah, but I'm
freaking
trying to
awesome.
imagine what being
Might as
too
well
harsh
end
on them
behind
means.
We are
Like
back
where I
in
draw
here.
that
Up
line.
Next is today's edition
Ah.
of News, Games, and More.
You throw a
where
brick
we'll
in
be
their window?
revealing more exclusive trailers from Arcade 1-Up.
The summer of gaming still has plenty.
I mean, they
of
made the
excitement in
surge, and
store,
that game
though.
has
3 more
hits that have
IGN
impact
Expos
on them.
packed with reveals, more
Yeah.
charity speed runs, our celebrity Animal Crossing Island Tour stream on June
Arcade 1-Up
16th,
announcement.
Sony
Very
State of Play
exciting.
stream
Very
tomorrow.
exciting.
Just so much stuff.
So visit IGN.com to check out the full schedule and for even more summer of gaming goodness. I
Wait,
love
their
me some
Expo
gaming
thing
goodness. Download the TikTok app, follow
Or
IGN, and check out the
before the-
hashtag
Yeah,
IGN Summer
okay.
of Gaming.
Yeah,
where you can
they-
watch
they-
along with
much
live
like,
events and
Jeff
submit your
Keighley, they're
own
doing a
summer of gaming
pre-show
moments,
thing.
reactions,
Okay.
and plays. Plus, donate, TikTok.
Like, they
watch,
listed,
get
like,
your Summer
that
of Gaming
speed run
out
thing
however you
in
want to. We ask
there,
you to
and
do
before
so
we
many
started, they
things,
were
and
wrapping
I
up
hope you're
one of
not too
those.
tired,
Right.
but just try and do some of them. We recommend drawing the blinds first and just having a great week.
There it is. And that is all for IGN Expo #1, folks. Thank you for donating, and thank you for watching. We are going to end on one more surprise. Yet another world premiere trailer for a game you didn't even know you wanted
I
yet.
thought that
Enjoy.
the David Hayter interview was.
Yeah, I thought that was today too, and I
Today
thought
too.
the Arcade 1-Up thing was also in there.
They
Yeah.
they showed 3 things
I
up
think that's
there.
part of the post. They're just gonna
show.
keep showing stuff, so it's probably not part of the official
There's
show.
some video game. Got tracks
and trains and. Okay, now this also looks like a puzzle game.
There are no planes. There are trains. Automobiles?
But is there an automobile?
A train is an automobile.
I know.
Shut the fuck up.
Bioshock Infinite 2. All right.
You create a train, someone yells the
Did
N-word.
Train Simulator get crazy? What? The world's first puzzle rhythm game.
This train kills time.
Holy shit. I would buy any game with that subtitle.
Is that the plot of the next Die Hard?
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Add to wish list.
Do it.
IGN Summer of Gaming is brought to you by Fuser, who'll be partying with us all summer long.
The weirdest thing is that's supposed to be the thing sponsoring the whole event.
Right.
But they
Everybody
literally
loves
show
watching
2
the
seconds
speedrun
of it
their
every time.
favorite
Right, so
game.
you have no
But what if
idea
you
what
got
it
the
actually
opportunity
is.
to peek
Yes.
into the minds
Which
of
is
the
weird
You know what I
because
knew? You know about every IGN show now.
Wrecked. That's exactly what happens in every episode of Game Devs React to speedruns.
You can do that. Oh my god!
We invite you to ride along with the developers as they react to, question, and enjoy some of the most skilled players exploiting and speeding.
I'm gonna have to say the Crash Bandicoot speedrunner, not the racing. The Crash Bandicoot speedrunner has the best layout. It had Sasuke.
IGN on social media? What are you waiting for? We're constantly updating our feeds to bring you the latest news, gameplay.
What are you waiting for?
What am I waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
And a whole lot more. Be part of the conversation throughout the year. Follow IGN on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat.
The next generation of video gaming is on the horizon.
Yeah, show me this controller again.
I'm just floored that Ryan McCaffrey did not make an appearance today.
Next Gen Console Watch 2020. We'll bring on
You
the
think he would have shown up to
experts
do
discuss and analyze
anything?
all the latest developments around
Like,
these new
for example,
consoles, from frame rates,
fill time.
services, features, peripherals, and even all the new tech
Ryan
trends.
McCaffrey,
Next Gen
debate
Console Watch 2020
teraflops again.
will keep you up to speed on
Okay.
Everything leading up to the next generation of gaming. Join us every Friday for a new episode.
I hate to say it out loud. These are the higher tiered stars at IGN that they use in more of their material. Just wanted to let you know. These are like the first string content people they throw in.
Obviously, you can tell by their performance here today.
We're live every Monday.
Yeah, you just couldn't see the guns pointed at them.
You can find us on mixer.com/IGN, youtube.com/IGN, and twitch.tv/IGN. See you there.
Anyone who wears a bow tie is an asshole. Thank you, Quigsy.
Hey everyone, welcome to News, Games, and More, the show where we break down the biggest headlines of the day. Lots to digest today. A special exclusive trailer, the day's biggest reveals from IGN Expo. Plus, we've got an exclusive one-on-one interview with David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake. Before we get started, a couple of things.
It's kind of crazy considering how nice the microphone looks.
Like his
It's probably
microphone
expensive.
complexity to audio quality ratio.
It's being piped into Zoom.
He accidentally has his laptop mic on instead.
The Bail Project is a
The internal mic in his
nonprofit
headset.
that pays bail for people in need, reuniting families and restoring the
so
presumption of innocence in support of Black
this isn't
Lives Matter.
any of those
The
things they
COVID-19
put up
response
that they
fund is
said they would
dedicated to
continue to
studying,
do. This is
tracking, and
this
combating
show.
the coronavirus
I get
pandemic.
All those things.
Yeah,
are
but they
in
said
this
the
show.
David
They-
Hayter
Donating
thing's
a chance to
happening,
get
and they
votes
had
for games
some.
like Resident Evil 3 and swag from companies
Man,
like
this
Aren't
is
you
weird.
excited?
Anyone
When
who
they
gives
listed this
more than
event,
$50 will also have a shot at winning a summer
like I
of
swear
gaming
they acted
custom
like that part
Xbox
was
One X.
integrated.
Very cool. Up at the top of the screen, you can see our donation ticker. We would love to see that get
it's
to
part of the Expo.
$6,500.
No, actually, if you listen to him
$6,500
just
by the
now,
end of
he
the
just
show.
said that the thing
I
that
hope you
has
pitch it.
ended was the Expo.
Well,
We've
yes,
already
but it's
generated
also all the Expo.
$5,480
Wait, are
in
we the
donations for those two
Expo?
great charities. And shout out to user Bobbot.
The Expo
for being our
flows
top
through
donor,
us, changes us.
The Expo that can be named is not the
You can also
true
download the
Expo.
TikTok app.
Perhaps
follow
there's a
IGN,
little
and search
Expo in
IGN
all of
Summer
us.
Gaming hashtag for even more bonus
And then a terrible
news,
bumper and
exclusives,
transition
and
erupt out of our
Or leave us
chests.
a yap a video comment in the comment
It's a
section
real
of this
power
video on
play for them to
IGN.com.
call it the
Your
IGN
yap
Summer of
may
Gaming,
wind up on
but then
tomorrow's
make
show.
the relevant
But
part
most
have its own
exciting
name.
of all, we're going to kick the show off today with a special trailer from Arcade 1-Up. Let's take a look
Okay,
at
yeah,
the
so
that's the
retro
first thing.
arcade cabinets and pinball machine.
We're here to sell you Frogger? The X-Men arcade machine?
Raw.
Oh, X-Men versus Street Fighter.
That they couldn't even get Marvel vs. Capcom 1?
No. Oh,
there it is.
okay.
Look
Raw.
whose foot is in his own goddamn mouth.
Oh, there's two separate machines though. Good
Of
lord.
course. It's arcade 1-Up.
No, yeah, they're all.
Oh, it's two different sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
These things are so crazy.
Isn't it really small though compared to an actual arcade?
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's the part that always.
Saw one in the break room for Hyperstone. No, Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
And it was a full 4-player setup. It was like
Oh, that's
Oh,
neat.
this
yeah.
wide.
Oh, I think that was the one that was at that barcade that kept crashing. Or that may have
Wow.
been some
That
other
was, I think that was
company's one.
something
It
else.
got
I
Miss
think it was another
Pac-Man
company.
somehow.
Oh man.
But they sell those boosters so you can get them off the regular height,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny. You can't say it's not funny.
It's like we sell a booster chair for your DX racer.
I mean, it's kind of an elegant solution.
I get it. I get it.
I imagine getting this was hard, given all that stuff we read about Miss Pac-Man like a few months ago. About some people own it, and then some with that whole thing. Big Buck Hunter, though.
What? You're packing a gun with this arcade
Right?
machine?
Like, does it have the full orange?
This is
Oh my
important.
God.
It looks like it.
It looks like it.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest. This is the most exciting any of these have been.
hell yeah.
What in the world?
That is a real small screen for those.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how the hell does it work? It's LCD now. I guess these might be the newer ones. Yeah, these are the newer ones. Sick flip.
That's how they do.
It did a melon. Huh?
Is this Ryan McCaffrey's
Universal?
Arcade, what up? Remember me?
Please tell me they're selling
Pinball.
either
Oh.
literal pinball machines or pinball machine-shaped boxes with big screens on them where you play virtual pinball.
I think it's that.
They're crossing over with Zen.
Yep. Huh. Well, it's a good thing they're doing it. Someone needs to.
Okay, I was like, show me the table, you goon.
Like, that's the last thing they want you to look at on this thing.
And based on what I'm assuming the resolution is, based on what I'm seeing here.
So how much is this? Like 80 bucks?
I wonder if you can tilt it.
It's fucked up that the Clubhouse Games has the feature to just flip it and like knock all the pieces off, but then it just resets it. It's like,
it does.
oh look, it's back.
Neat.
If you have it outside of like,
I've only
import
ever
it.
played it done.
Hatfield,
Right.
My good friend Sam Claiborne from GameScoop. And we are joined by Scott Bacharach, founder of Tastemakers, parent company of Arcade 1UP. Scott, thank you so much for joining us today.
What's up, guys? Thanks, Damon. Thanks for having me.
The only thing,
so I believe,
other thing they mentioned was that interview with David
you guys
Hayter.
make arcade
Well,
machines,
yeah, it's David Hayter.
for people to have in their homes.
I'm sticking around
It's
for
really
that.
cool stuff, and I think
Oh,
that's
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. The moment
There
David
is
Hayter
the
ceases
IGN
speaking,
back
I'm
there.
out. Just to be clear. I just want to
So I think you guys
see
are announcing some new
David
arcade
Hayter try to
cabinets
plug
very
whatever
soon,
it
is
is.
that right? Or actually right now.
You out?
Is this the Bizarro Dan video games in the middle there?
What's up?
Is that Bizarro Dan in the middle?
Going to be announcing is Miss Pac-Man. And
A very good video game.
Yeah.
One of the absolute greatest video games ever created.
So this has a little teaser for it, and in that it said like.
Imagine you
there's,
didn't
like, a
record
commenter saying,
audio
"I don't think
separately
they'd
for
ever
each
put them
person,
out."
so as you're trying to say something cool, someone else interrupts abruptly, and you can't cut it out because you're an unprofessional jackass who can't have people record their own audio.
We're so lucky. We have a phenomenal partnership
Imagine.
with Bandai, and this has kind of been on our radar and our wants for the last couple of years. It's been in discussions, and we're
Way to go
really
back
proud to
there
put
and
it out. It's one of my personal favorites. And
I want a
I'll tell
Miss
you something, it's a
Pac-Man
hard game to
machine.
play, boy. It really is.
I like
We
Miss
to say
Pac-Man.
But
it's
the
easy to play,
KZ,
hard to
you
master,
know what happens
right?
when you buy one of those?
Sure.
What?
An amazing game.
It's hard to master when it's going really fast.
That's what I was
For
going to
those
ask.
guys that run the leaderboards for the
if you're
world.
able to control
Twin
the-
Galaxies?
Yeah, Twin Galaxies. Show up your house
Oh,
and
no.
steal it.
Oh, they
we will
steal.
have some settings that will
No.
be able to alter, and we'll have actually some
Twin
settings,
Galaxies are like, you're
settings
playing
that we're
Miss
not gonna talk
Pac-Man
about
too
right now,
good, and
but
you're
that
like,
will
what?
be
No,
in,
I'm not.
one of the
Like,
things
clearly.
when it comes out.
And then they
Oh,
just
we
take
got
it.
a
It's
Miss
gonna be a
Pac-Man
beautiful thing.
kill
We've got
screen coming
several
up.
Different styles that'll be out there. You started showing them a little bit. It'll have a
Pastor
a
Remote says, I
RP,
wish I could
and
afford to
have our
record
standard
my own
riser.
audio.
What's exciting for us is this is
Run
the very
Audacity,
first
you're
time
done!
that this is being offered as a
Very
home arcade
expensive to run
machine,
Audacity, a free
outside of
program.
when it was first originally released, several years ago, almost.
Oh, that's raw. He's got NBA Jam in the
I
back.
have a
Yeah.
original stand-up and a cocktail. And the stand-up is really big and it's
So,
really pink and really blue.
when are we getting
and
the
it's
Mortal
best-looking
Kombat 4?
arcade machine for our room.
One of
I
these.
think it's really cool.
Oh
That
my
would be
God.
funny.
And I think like
I
just having it in
need
the corner of the room
to
is so
look at
eye-catching. I think it
Quan
looks
Chi's
like
face
from what
every
you
day
saw,
of
you
my
guys just
life.
nailed that
Yes.
cabinet look.
Wake up right there.
Oh, thank you so much. And you know what? I totally agree
Put
with
it
you.
on
Like,
my
these
ceiling.
pieces, and they're awesome to play. They bring you back to that moment in time and all that stuff. But they're like
You have a
they are
painting of
pieces art.
Einstein over your
It's
bed.
like you were mentioning this one that's behind me here.
Apparently.
I have more people coming in here and be like,
I guess
don't know
it's
what that
next
is,
to
but
his
it's just
bed.
cool. Like, what is that? Is that a
You
real
have a
arcade
painting of
machine?
Einstein
And,
next to your bed.
Yeah, so nice pieces of art that are actually functional furniture that work.
It looked
And
like
so-
there's a few other games in the same package too.
There are on Miss Pac-Man. There are 4 different games, and that'll be included with that is Miss Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Rally X. Losing the fourth one right now.
God.
But other
That should be on a
platform games you can
notepad. Oh
play
my
with a
God,
joystick,
what?
basically, because that's
What?
what
He's
Pac-Man
got
has.
some good games. Rally X,
Yeah,
Miss
correct.
Pac-Man.
And what's very unique about
Something
Arcade
else?
1UP, amongst other things, is that our machines
That's
are
true,
very
but the
true
fourth
to
one he
original.
couldn't
So
remember,
we don't use
which
a
is pretty
generic
funny.
control panel. We use a very specific control panel that works.
Of course he
for those
didn't have an
games that
outlet.
were
Wait, you
identified to go
ridiculous.
into that machine. And it's not a
What do you think? He's
one-size-fits-all sort of
someone on the GigaBoots podcast
You
network?
do
That's
it
fucking
first,
ridiculous.
Oh, Bob, you're so right.
Are these pinball tables not OLEDs?
No,
So
they're
Miss
not. So they're
Pac-Man,
useless.
Making an official announcement right now.
By the way, how's that
It will be
OLED
out
treating you?
for,
It's
fall of this year
let me tell
in
you
stores
about
Yeah.
the subtitles on
by October,
Netflix.
November
Yeah.
timeframe,
They're fucking
and we're gonna
right.
start
Yes,
pre-ordering.
every
Announcements will be
every
made
black
over the coming
screen
months.
with
Last
white
thing to do
subtitles,
is
it feels
you
like
guys are,
It's
our
up
text
Altered
from
Carbon
God.
Season 2, and it's like Dolby Vision. I'm like, what's Dolby?
all
Oh!
the information in terms of
Welcome, Aggro. Welcome to the OLED Shuffle Alliance.
It's like waking up to the
Miss
dream.
Pac-Man was the #1
And the
selling
dream doesn't
arcade game
end.
of all time in its day.
What I really like
And, it's
on
really
like an
cool
OLED
that,
is
we'll
when
have to
you
track this
have
down
a game that
because
supports
people keep
HDR
on
because
saying
menus, those
I know,
tiny
yeah.
lines and things are really beautiful. So like in Death Stranding, the menu icons and lines and shit, they stick out so much because of the contrast. But you're totally right. If you're watching something in a completely dark room, and then it's like long sentence subtitle on a completely black screen, you're blind. You have that Scott Pilgrim moment of like, what do you mean tomorrow? It's more than the door opens. And...
It's a really good day. But I have a little book called How to Beat Miss Pac-Man from 1982, which really helps.
You really? You got one of the cheap books? I love
Oh, yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the patterns don't work in Miss Pack though, you know.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no. Hey, Sam, I think it might be the player. My patterns are working, Miss Pac-Man.
Good to hear.
It's like
we do need,
it's
we
like
do
I'm
need
using
to,
the internet
move
to
on
be
so we can cover
stuck
the
in a
other
room
games
with
that are
people I
announcing.
can't
Right.
tolerate.
Yeah.
Rev it up.
Street Fighter.
It's really good.
Yeah,
It's really good.
This is just, come on, this is amazing, right? We've taken two of
Oh god
the
damn it! No, they're
greatest
just playing the
of all
thing
time
again. I
games
thought
in the industry.
we were getting out.
No, now
Yeah,
we need
you
to talk about
thought.
this one, instead of Miss Pac-Man.
Release X-Man versus Street
Thank you for
Fighter.
the follow.
And this is just
So,
an
Aggro, will you
awesome,
be showing
awesome
up for
machine.
tomorrow's presentation?
And actually, in this one as well, you can see it right there. We have some different representations of what it'll look like.
I mean, tomorrow's presentation is PS5.
Go below it.
I know. I thought it would be too cool. He's like, no, I'm only here for the bad ones.
Light up marquee that will come with it. And actually, there'll be some really exciting.
I don't know.
stuff
We hadn't
that
discussed
talk
about
right
showing
now
up
that
for.
will be in that machine.
We're
that,
still trying to
gonna
figure
blow a
out the
lot of
setup,
people
but
away.
I figure no matter what happens, Aggro will be commentating.
Nice. Well, speaking of gems,
Whether
I
from
saw
home
some
or
other
here.
games in there. War of the Gems is in there. That's a brawler. That's really cool.
Call
but
in
yeah,
the
this game is
next
famous
gen
for these
strike
giant,
team.
Just
Yes.
gorgeous sprites. It's just the prettiest.
Oh
pixel
man,
art,
it's
I
gonna
think,
be
of
so
all
good when
time.
we're watching that
And I think
PS5 thing and
I've
it's not
seen
some
these-
guy
these
trying to shill
cabinets,
Miss
and they
Pac-Man
do
to
a
me in
good job
2020.
What if
showing
it's
you
bad?
what this game should look
It can't be this bad.
I
And, you know,
know.
it's funny. I was
No
actually on
part
the
of me
phone the other
thinks
night
it'll be bad
with
anyway.
They
but what if
would
it's
have
bad?
they would have to be like the PS5 $700. There are no new games. There are no old games.
It uses a hard drive.
And I knew
Right.
it was something I was doing
It's like
wrong.
we
I
were
couldn't see what
lying
it was,
for
and
months.
flipped
Just
around
like the
on
lock
the
card.
side to show what it was. And literally, I mean, you could just see the graphics kind of popping through the zoom. It was pretty wild looking. It's,
Hey,
it's
Bob.
amazing.
Hey, what's up?
It's a
I was
beautiful
wondering-
piece of
Could you
artwork.
ever fathom that a
This game
company
doesn't
not
have
only was
a
going to
cabinet, right?
launch
It's
two
just a board
consoles
set
at
and a
the same
conversion
time
kit.
and
So
call
how
them
did you
both
guys
next gen?
decide, like,
One
what
of them
this
is
cabinet should look
almost
like?
a
Whereas
third
the
as
Miss Pac-Man, we
powerful
just
as
talked
the other.
about
In
some
fact, it might be a
art.
third as power. Yeah, it's a third as powerful. And they haven't
you know,
talked about the weaker
truthfully,
one less than
these
5
guys
months
are
away
some
from
really
launch.
great gamers on our team,
It
right?
seems
And
insane.
Who are true
I'd-
hardcore.
I'd like to quote that Jag from that
Really, and I can't
horrible
speak to
Diablo
the
event.
Capcom side of it.
Do you not have phones?
To be truthful about it, that wasn't really my jam on my game. I'm 50 years
Aggro?
old. I'm like, Pac-Man.
Yes,
Don't
KZ.
post that in here.
No, it's
but I
fine.
can
Don't
tell
worry
you
about
that
it.
They spent a great deal of time
Don't-
talking amongst themselves.
don't
why
look
it
at
represent the way it did. And
our
there was a lot
Discord.
of conversion between themselves and the
I
licensor.
will not be
And
vaguely
again, it was
besmirched
getting
this
more
way.
on track.
I am a gentleman
I need to get my phone so I can look for it.
and a scholar of history.
Okay, and so the third game that
I'm
you're
like,
sort of
why is there a
showing off
message?
for us
Did
today
Field
is gonna
say
be
something here?
Big
I'm
Buck
gonna
Hunter,
delete
the
something to
light gun
put
game.
that in.
No! I
Yes.
don't even know what
Game
it
we're
is.
introducing right now. Big Buck
One more
Hunter,
victory
really
for
just
terrible people.
Awesome, right? If you were in a bar anytime in your life, this would
He's
be
the dude
game.
outside the window. Just,
And
yeah.
yeah, this
Yes.
opens
Sicko.
up
Yes.
kind of a genre of
Sickos, yes.
shooter for us. And
That's
again,
everyone watching the Donkey Kong Country 3 stream.
To speak to what we were talking about before, you know, this is not one of those things where
Yes,
you
he's
just
going to
plug in a
kill
gun
the
to a
controller.
cabinet that's got some controllers. It's
God,
completely
there's so
designated.
now
It's
they
got
have one more thing
guns
to
in
talk
there the
about.
Right way. Everything ties in perfectly to the way you remember playing the game, including the deer kind of going over. And it's a beautiful piece of equipment.
I'm
also. They all
dying.
are. You know, they're like looking at classic cars or motorcycles or anything
You know,
else.
I
and they're
already
just-
wasn't a
they're
fan of
really
these
cool.
machines.
Exactly.
I think that I'm
I know you were saying Miss
liking
Pac-Man's
them
gonna be
less
released
with
this
every
fall.
second I have to
What
deal
about,
with the
X-Men
creators
vs.
of
Street
them.
Fighter and Big Buck Hunter, same time period.
Just like I see the tiny
Yeah,
screen for the
actually,
Big
all
Buck
of
Hunter.
these,
Big Buck Hunter. I'm like, that's
yeah,
disappointing because
partnerships
I was a
with
kid who always
Big Buck
wanted
Hunter,
like
just
whole
Big Buck
room
playing
screen
Planet,
military
Action
style
Park, Distance,
VR
and
experience.
Namco.
Yeah.
Still with the plastic orange pump action shotgun. Like, let's do
Don't
that.
worry, if you get fucking rich somehow, I'm sure that you can get that setup.
Chad, how much are the arcade one-up?
Yeah,
$250.
Two.
That might be on sale.
And make that happen because without them, we wouldn't have been able.
All right, now my reasoning here is
These are all really
I've always
exciting
wanted an
developments.
arcade machine.
Yeah,
Are
I don't know
these
if you
supposed to be
can
the
answer that.
value
I don't know if
ones?
you can answer
Because I
this
assume like
question.
real arcade machines are much more
Did you get a
expensive.
light gun
KZ?
working without a big CRT mod?
If this brand had an identity, it would be
You know,
compromised.
If I could tell you, they they'd probably kill me because I'm not allowed to.
This
But I
is
don't even have
this
technical
calling
reasons
this
to
the
tell you.
arcade experience is the equivalent of you
I
buying.
gotta tell you something, you know,
What's the name of
like,
that
we all know our skill set,
Asian
we all
restaurant
know what our
out
rules
near
are
the
in business.
Destin Commons or
PF Chang's?
PF Chang's? It's like you buying frozen food PF Chang's and saying, "Yeah, I ate authentic Asian food today."
so they kind of leave me.
I
out of
ate
it.
real
But
Chinese
I
food.
was the example. They said
Like, it's
stop
not.
after I could figure out how to build
It's,
it.
I mean, yeah, I know they're like
across the United States
smaller
to do it.
and worse,
And
but
so
you know.
that's about as technical as I get.
just like
And Scott, I
there's
believe you're
shitloads
also
of
announcing a
latency
pinball
because
machine
it's
too,
emulation.
right?
The screen doesn't look right
We
because it's
certainly
an
are. In fact,
LCD.
I'm
The
gonna say
thing's
that we
fucking
are
tiny,
closing
and
the
the
gap
box,
between
the
real
actual
pinball
cabinet
machines that
itself
actually
isn't the
behind
hardcore ass
and
material
our
you're
first,
used to.
uh,
There are no
first,
booming speakers in this son of a bitch.
digital
It is a
pinball.
compromise
This is
in
the
every
Marvel
single fucking way. If you're gonna go
partnering
insane
with, again, with
and buy an
Zen
arcade
CEO,
machine,
one of the
go
greatest
insane
libraries
and
of
buy an
digital
arcade
pinball,
machine.
And make it Time Crisis 2.
And this too will be coming out for third quarter this year.
The correct call.
It's an amazing.
Some of these things are $500.
See, and that's what I'm fucking talking about. Come on, man. $500 is a lot of money.
As you're playing
You
there,
can get a lock card for that kind of money.
feel like you're playing a real mechanic.
You don't know that yet. That's the scary part.
I know.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, the
And,
cheapest
like I
ones I
said,
can find
it's
on
like
here are
you're
like
playing the
$350.
machine that Sam has behind him.
Good lord. Okay, and the really tiny ones are
You're
$150.
feeling like when you hit the
Good value.
buttons, just to make it clear to the
I
audience,
just-
you're actually feeling
Which
like
is just like
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that like a laptop version? You just sit it right.
That's what they call it, a countercade.
Yes.
I thought that was going to be Cade 6's evil brother.
Can you buy 2 of those booster boxes and stack them and then put that on top?
I doubt it, but you know, if you go ahead and try, you'll get him some money.
So let me tell you when I would be okay with this sort of pinball thing, right?
It's
so,
because as you
our
move your
audience
head,
might,
it's not going
have
to
played these
change
games before
how
on
it
their,
looks to make it look right.
PlayStations and
I need
Xboxes,
that.
Marvel Pinball was
That's very doable too.
Yeah.
It's the fucked up thing.
Like,
Like,
it's tech we have, it's not tech any sane person would add to some shit like this.
oh no, absolutely they would. They could be like, it tracks your face so it looks
I was
3D.
gonna say,
and
just like
it
head
actually
tracking,
would.
so
it's pretty
Yeah.
robust. And what's really cool
If
is,
it's
like you said, like,
$500,
a
I
lot
would
of
want it to
people
do
play
that.
these games and they love them,
Otherwise,
but
I could
they
just
play
play
them
Zen
on
Pinball.
Yeah, I didn't look
on
at the
this.
pinball ones because I think that I don't think it's up for sale yet. So
Yeah, I
don't have
think
the
this is
price now.
new.
in a true quote-unquote
Does
pinball
Zen
arcade
Pinball support like
and
Ikaruga
also,
style?
you know,
Like
rough and tough
we put it full screen so you can swivel your TV.
Oh, like Tate mode? Yeah,
just
I
lay
think-
that shit down on a counter and just
Yeah.
play it top down.
Hell yeah.
Display.
Absolutely.
It's like a whole separate screen, right?
Correct, it is. Yes.
Really cool.
For some reason, that just reminded me of the time I stretched melty blood across 3 screens.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Jesus Christ.
That's very
You know,
cool.
this is
Scott,
terrible
all
and
these things are
unending.
right up,
So I'm
Sam
going
and
to
I's
choose
alley.
to distract us
Be classic gaming fans.
by talking
We're
about
definitely,
other
getting excited
past
about all these
horrors of
announcements. Thank you
E3
so
and
much for joining
gaming
us today and
generations.
showing off
Remember
your
the
stuff.
second screen experience?
I really expect
what?
them to give that one more good try this gen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, phones are better. We've gotten a lot better at like apps and shit communicating. We've
Yeah.
gotten people better at designing
Oh.
shit like that. So I really think we're going to see that come back.
Yeah.
Not to mention our interview with David
So
Hayter
do you
at the end
think
of the
it's
day.
Sony or Microsoft or Ubisoft that comes out and says, "Gentlemen, the second screen experience"? And then someone's like,
Bethesda.
"Wow."
They already did it with Fallout 4.
Plus, they invented phones.
They had the little Pip-Boy app so you could like check your inventory and stuff, and then you could put your phone into their bad Pip-Boy peripheral.
The front plate of the DualSense sort of like pops open and you can just slot your phone into the controller.
Very cool.
Or
IGN Summer of Gaming,
UMDs.
only on IGN and IGN One on Samsung TV Plus.
I want to believe that we're past that now.
UMDs? Yeah, I'd say so.
No, those can come back before the second screen experience.
I agree.
Like, what if everything were the Wii U?
I mean, like the second screen, it was just bad implementation every time they put it in.
It's really hard to work in experiences that natively need to be designed around a shitload of latency, need to work across any type of phone, and have a meaningful impact on the game you're playing, while also being completely removable for people who don't want to do that.
And IGN is here to bring you the latest
Yeah,
PlayStation
and
5
also
and Xbox Series X news and
require
analysis
you
in our new
by
weekly show,
to
Next Gen
no
Console
matter
Watch
what, you're looking
2020.
away from the
We'll
game
bring on the
completely.
experts
Right.
to discuss
You
and
can't be
analyze all the
focusing on
latest
both.
developments around
See, this is when Dan, as a Microsoft exec, comes out and goes, "We're adding the second screen experience. We'd like to call this girlfriend mode."
Oh god.
No.
Yeah, like we didn't see a lot of co-pilot stuff for it, and like the only good implementation for a single player that I could think of with all those limitations in mind would be intentional difficulty additions, like horror game style shit.
Yeah.
Where your inventory is on your phone and only on your phone.
All the latest news of the day.
Yeah.
Live questions and comments from chat.
What was the name of that? Zombie? Zombie U?
Zombie
yeah.
U?
Yeah. They re-released that later and changed its name because they were
just
like
a zombie, yeah, for other consoles.
And it's like you just released a game called Zombie, and it was like that. It just disappeared into the ether.
But yeah, there was some weird thing
Apparently,
about
what the fuck am I looking at?
version of that called that?
Sorry, what was that? What was that, KZ? I just
Brian Altano. What's up?
Apparently, there was an original version of that like years and years
They're
ago
all
called
back.
Zombie, and that's why they made Zombie U.
Yes.
Although those arcade
Yeah.
cabinets do look very cool.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Like, I literally went to the tab.
And that's
to
gonna
click
blow my
notify
brains out.
me. I put on all
She
my
has a drawing of
information,
apple milk.
I've
She
been
wins
dreaming about
best
them doing
background.
this forever, like since they started making cabinets, and I didn't think it would ever happen. And now that it's here, I'm just very, very excited.
Yeah, and I know.
But yeah, there was
Altano's
some
really
weird
excited for
licensing
Big
and
Buck
stuff for
Hunter. He's a
them
big hunting
making a game that would
Oh, man,
literally
I love to
it'd be a
hunt
horror
the
game and it would send text to your
polygon deer.
phones and other stuff like
Yeah.
that, and it was like,
No,
there's
I
no
know
way
it's
they can
not
actually get
because
this
it
done.
makes me
That's
think of all, like,
hilarious.
the
Yeah, I think
sort of
that was
non-conventional
rumored
arcades
to be a
back
part
in
of
the
that
day.
Silent Hill
They'll
thing,
Right.
and we were
eventually
like,
get to
"This
those,
is
too.
this
I
is
want a
like one of the
small
armchair
skee ball in
devs
my home.
bitches. This is insane." And everyone who was covering this news was like, "Yeah, even our source seems skeptical that this will actually ship with the game."
Yeah, it's like send you emails and phone calls and all sorts of things. It's like
Because everything would have to begin with, "This is from Konami Corporation. It's a video game. This is not a real human calling you, asking you for help."
Like I want to be playing Fallout 4 and for my phone to ring and for me to answer it, and some guy tells me that another settlement needs our help in a recording. Like that's top tier shit.
I was like, it's not Fallout 4 times right now, so maybe the message should be adjusted and be like,
no, it's going to be for that era of video games. We're revitalizing this catalog by adding the second screen.
Oh no!
Coming.
Revitalizing a zombie catalog.
Okay.
Dead Island 2. We figured out how to sell it.
So PS3 to PS4 remasters, they got frame rate smooth and resolutions like 1080p-ish. PS4 to PS5 remasters, we add in second screen experiences that weren't there because we're monsters.
See the back of the PS5. Like, why does it have this many HDMI outs? The second TV experience.
A lot of patents that
Yes!
have been issuing recently on new tech it's at least thinking about incorporating in the future.
As I said, every time I come back and I listen, they say something so stupid it punches me in the brain. He's like, Sony's always issuing a lot of new. They've been issuing a lot of new patents recently, and I'm like, yeah, they're a fucking tech corporation. You're stupid. This is user interface stuff. For the PS5, it's a patent. As you can see here,
will have their own
it is already on that bingo card.
Individual game tiles will offer an array of extra information,
Nice.
including your status in the game, hints and tips, and then videos.
Did
of your
Microsoft
recent
ever end up
sessions.
selling that
Look at the
thing?
little dude. Accessible right there from the menu.
Selling what?
So of course,
that
little
lighting
caveat
thing
with
you
all
could put
patents,
onto
Sony
your
may have
TV and it
decided
would like
not to use
throw
this
out
design
ambient
or
light. based
That
on what's
was
on screen.
Microsoft, wasn't it? Oh my god,
I remember they
forgot all
showed
about
it.
that.
I don't
Yeah.
remember it being a thing.
Yeah, they were like, it really enhances your experience.
I
It
mean,
likes
I
the
thought it was
back side of
cool
your
as shit.
TV, like the front side of your TV.
Yeah,
and I'm
just like throws out light on the walls.
yeah, ambient light. A lot of TVs were
Yeah, I remember
interested in that
TVs were
too.
doing that.
Now, one
It's
of the
not
images shown in
a
the
bad
full
idea, except for the part where it's like, if you imagine your screen, right? Especially since your screen is now an OLED like ours. Imagine the whole screen is black except for a blue orb in the middle. It would glow blue out of the back because it's averaging the color of the whole screen. And it's like, well, it's supposed to be floating in an absence.
No, they showed an application where it was actually taking into account like
What
would
extra?
be-
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that because it was directional. Like it literally would take an overscan
Yeah.
of the
And
screen.
it was like fuzzy and weird, but it was really cool.
Game quickly. So I think players around the world will be very excited for this.
No, I don't think they ever sold that.
We all knew away. We didn't think of over. So, but in all seriousness, I think
It was back when they were still pushing the Kinect and anything felt possible for a Microsoft
that I
executive.
think a lot of us do, or we're playing multiple games at once, or maybe we sunk a couple or a few dozen hours into a game, you try to come back and you feel like you have
It
to
is really great.
Anything's possible now for Xbox. They could sell you 2 different Xboxes at the same time. That's
And
all
they
it
can
is.
even call them Xbox.
Guys, you aren't opening your minds. It's one box to contain 2 Xboxes.
Watching someone play or watching someone play.
You buy the Xbox at retail. It comes with a Series X for you and a Series L.
It comes.
Like you get the Series X tower, and like they also released this. Like you see pictures that from a convention, like what's this weird tray it's sitting in? And you finally get a shot over the rim, and what are all those connectors in there? Because you just keep slotting in new Xboxes.
Microsoft, why did you sell me 2 boxes? Well, this is a Series X. It's for you, a real gamer. And the Series L is, well, do you have a girlfriend? And I'm like, don't even finish whatever the fuck the rest of that's what I was going.
So here's how this. Why is this box so big? Well, you see, you paid $10 for the new Xbox. There are 2 Xboxes in there. You now have to pay us $800 each for a key that will unlock one of the doors to pull out one of the Xbox.
See, you've got to either find the whole medallion or 2 half medallions before they catch you and then make it back out.
Phil Spencer is the temple guard of video games.
Then who's Olmec?
A big part of that.
I thought this whole thing was just going to be $2,000 with such good value since it had 2 systems.
The game leads up to launch, but once the game's out, it's sort of up to the community to
They
have
randomly they give you a random key too, so you spend all that money. And hope that you didn't unlock the door with the Lockhart in it.
Xbox Series X games run
What do you
perfectly well.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were gonna end. I thought you were gonna end the statement with
because
run.
this system isn't for everybody. All right.
Oh no.
This is enthusiast grade hardware.
I don't like
this. This is why it's called the Series X.
Yeah.
If you buy enough of them, you can link them to harness the power of the cloud.
If I put the game down for a couple weeks and I come back.
Oh man. Who cares about the cloud anymore? We're all about fog gaming.
I just
this is gaming in the 90s.
Everyone always asks why I have a panicked look whenever the Lockhart's brought up. This is why. Microsoft left a single ruby dagger in the room with me and a murderer for fucking 4 months now.
Is this key to darkness?
I like that. Now that this show is degraded into them just yammering about their own show, it's become us just talking about how insane the Xbox is.
Fuck everything that is happening here.
That's because, unfortunately, they've decided to stick the David Hayter interview after a podcast episode.
Well, yes, the David Hayter interview was there to get you to watch this shit. Some TV demon has constructed this stream. This is a hate from old times.
Mark Summers, let me out of here.
I did not think I'd have to see this kind of shit again in my lifetime.
Yeah, no.
Like it's these fucking kids with their on-demand content, and I used to watch daytime television. Do you have any idea how soul-crushing that was?
Yeah, that's so weird. They must have announced something new just then because when I wrote the schedule out, the PS5 event happened at 3, and then the IGN event happened at 4:15. So they said this time that there's an IGN event before the PS5 event.
Bob, it's all IGN events.
So they just added something, or what?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What if they add something in the form of a podcast that they will play right after?
This is draining.
Yeah.
Like, I was gonna make a joke about a drinking game for this fucking commercial, but now I want to make a joke about a shooting myself in the head game for this commercial.
Okay.
Where if I see this fucking commercial again, I'm going to shoot myself in the head.
What do you do the next time they show it after that, though?
I've already won.
What if you miss slightly and you need to shoot yourself in the head again, but you have to wait until they play the trailer again?
Are you telling me Aggro's screaming and bleeding out on the floor?
Please,
We're just still trying to cover this. And he's just in the room doing that.
If I live through that long enough for that commercial to come back up and you fuckers haven't put me down, haunted.
Do it,
Your
Coach.
asses are haunted.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I imagine chat for us is just getting really dark over there.
No, they're asking questions like, let's see, are you going to cover the Guerrilla Collective stuff as well? Was that Sunday?
One of them was Sunday, but the first one's Saturday. So
We're unlikely to cover the Sunday thing because we're actually recording Big Think as late as possible to include all of
That's the day I die.
That's the day KZ dies, so that's why we need to take it off from live streaming to remember him while he dies. It cutting back early every time his face is gonna kill me before this week is done.
What's Hader getting interviewed for?
Oh, hi, yeah, I'm talking again. Yes, I'm a corpse that has become animated way too late.
I can't wait for David
working on
Hayter to come in
Borderlands.
with his blue snowball microphone to talk about whatever they're going to talk about.
Is that what he has?
I'm just assuming because everything here is dire.
We sent him a really high quality mic.
I think they said that he was talking, or they were interviewing him about Metal Gear and his involvement in the old one. So I don't think that anything
They
new.
listed it as IGN Icon.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah, no, this is going to be real bad.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why we're sitting here waiting for it.
Because they're wielding my love for David Hayter against me.
You gave them this power.
That's true. I'm just
I mean,
hoping.
I love him too, but still.
Wait, what?
Why are we getting back to it? There wasn't
Getting
anything
back to the
to
show.
begin with.
His bottom third there doesn't actually go all the way down, so you could see one line of pixels that was his jacket wiggling
Shut up.
in between
God
the bottom
damn
third and the
you.
bottom of the actual frame. What a good conversationalist.
Why is this random podcast here?
Okay, so we're gonna stop because we don't condone this. I feel like everyone watching right now probably has something better to do. I know I do.
Yeah, I might go to sleep.
Well, I was gonna say pay KZ. Jesus. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow for the PS5 event, but we're gonna be starting a little bit early so that way we can review the Xbox event and compare and contrast.
Just seems mean-spirited.
I know, which is why part of me wanted to back out, but then every time I got on a phone call with KZ and Theo, both of them were like, yes, I can't wait until we start an hour early.
It's only fair. Also, it's because we mentioned how funny would it be that we do that and then the PlayStation one is also bad and we look like the biggest idiots on earth.
Almost worth it.
The PlayStation 1 cannot be that tier of bad. That's literally impossible. Resident Evil 8 could be there in the middle of 52 minutes of silence. And it would still be vastly better.
The logo appears with a fart sound and you're like, it was pretty good. It was 7 out of 10.
That's the boot up sound of the PS5, just a fart.
It also means that we're probably not really seeing them tackling any of their sort of like beloved ancient IPs that they used back in the very olden days of the studio. In terms of
Okay.
The Last of Us,
Yep, we're gonna end this. Anyways, thank you all for stopping by.
You started listening again, ew.
Yeah, that was a mistake. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Yeah.
Take it easy.